Fulton Punky Brewster. Maybe the world is blind. Or maybe just a little unkind. I forget how the song goes. How did that fucking song go? I don't know, but maybe Ray Charles is blind. We know that. Punky, why ain't this thing working? Come on, you little shithead. This fucking stupid thing. This takes a minute to catch right here. Well, these weirdos with these weird requests, man. Join or die, 1776 com. And we're back from sunny Burbank, California, where Tom Cruise has got 5 guys dressed in a gimp suit. Scientology. Seymour. Now, there's a parole officer you need on your side. What's going on? Why does it say this dude's live? Hold on. Say somebody's, yeah. It says 2 years ago? Why is it saying it's live now? Oh, it's a premiere. You guys got to check it out. Man, I wish I could share my screen. Fuck. You get a chance, go see the Grumpy thing and watch it now. I wish I could share this screen. Hold on, I'll watch the chat in a second.
Yeah. Well, there's no use lying now.
Look at these kids with their hats. These kids, they make the funniest fucking faces with their funny hats.
Yeah.
It says he's live, but he's not.
Wait a minute.
Look at this kid. Butch.
I usually do it by licking everybody. But at the same time, I'm just going to lick the toughest guy. Alright, who's the toughest? Step up.
That fucking voice. Oh my god. Oh, I can see the chat again. What's up, DJ? Oh man, you're gonna make a series of our gang. Oh, I'm live. You're a sick fucker, man. What's up, Seymour? You can't beat our gang of little rascals. See the hats on those little kids and their fucking faces, man? That shit's hilarious. Hold on, let me see if I can bring it up on here. That fucking voice. One of the funniest ones was that little, one who got stabbed. Alfalfa. They shanked him in a fucking whorehouse in 72, I believe. They killed him over like prostitutes and gambling. Alfalfa. Join the club, Tim. Ever since that head injury back in 83, it's been a rough fucking time. Shanked, yes, he got shanked. He got stabbed, Alfalfa, for gambling. Yeah, he's from Chicago. Yeah. Oh, where are the deuces? Dunces in that video. Check. Uncle Edwin just went live too. Yeah. I should have used my YouTube so I could have shared my screen and stuff. This, I don't share the screen. I don't share the screen well. This stupid thing. Let's see. Where's does Dubs and that girl want to jump on and argue? They can fight it out. I'll give you 2 stilettos. Okay, we'll give you some magazines as body armor, like in that movie. What was that movie? Raising Cain? No, what was it? What Denzel Washington and John Lithgow? What was that movie? Man, it was a great fucking movie. Ricochet. Remember that movie, Ricochet, where they framed him and killed everybody? That was a good movie. Earl Talbot Blake. That guy was a fucking character, Earl Talbot Blake. He was a psycho. That guy was a real sick puppy. Remember, he had that little, like, lackey guy with him, that little fanboy that was always with him. He's like, Earl Talbot Blake is the best. He's the best. He's the smartest. He's like Socrates. He's like Plato. It's like, play the good part. What part? I can't play nothing on here, really. I don't believe I can play anything on here. Hey, crew. Yeah, I've been. William says I've been going lately. Yeah, I had some wakes this week and stuff, so I've been a little busy. I haven't really been putting any streams together. Oh, he played the good part. I don't know what video you're talking about. Let me see if I can. Am I doing okay, Tim? Oh, you're doing okay. Yeah, I got a few streams I got to play this week. No, I have not. No, I have not. Heard anything about him. No. A few months ago, he got back to me, but he's in our prayers, Claudio. Roxy says, I don't want to argue with argue or the clip channel showed Dubsy Wubsy. He sits on Angels why they trash you and don't like it. You're the first grader I followed here. It's John, Oh, I appreciate that, Roxy. Appreciate that. Yeah, what's up? He's not going to fight with everybody on there. He's just going to be silent. Claudio. Where's William? Oh, William asked where have I been lately. I had a death in the family this week and the last 2 weeks, so been a little busy. But I got some streams planned up that I got to do. I also got to get a hold of Kane Shades. We're going to start doing some true crime stream, like maybe once a month. Do a true crime stream, something like that. I want to research a little more on that Dylan Rounds case. Thank you, Bella. Yeah, my first cousin. I will, Bears. And same to your families, mothers and wives and sisters and everybody. God bless all the mothers out there. I'll be lighting candles. If anybody wants a candle lit for their mom or something, let me know the day before Mother's Day so I can write that down. Oh, man. I was the best guy back then. I was the best then. It's mental illness, though, people. It's just old mental illness. They want you to fight in real life, Dubs? Yeah, yes. Kane will ride till the wheels fall off. Kane's one of those real ones. Yeah, may they R.I.P. And R.I.P. to Lee also. First off, I'm not fighting because where I live, I'm not about to get kicked out. Where I live because people want to be stupid and me. All right, so get a life. Roxy's not going to fight you. I don't think Roxy's going to go to your house, Dubs. I highly doubt that. What's up, Charlie? Oh, thank you, Teresa. But we don't share the last name no more. My mother got remarried a couple of years after me pops died. But I will send the roses to her. An old Paps reference. Paps has his Mother's Day cards. There's like an old guy around here who he's not. I don't know what's right. He's mentally ill, I believe. He celebrates like Mother's Day. I don't know. He's just. I'm gonna get into it because it sounds terrible, but the guy's out of his fucking mind. Calling shit. Everyone, get over yourself and go touch GT and his brother. And nonsense people who sit on piano do one with dubs. What's up, Grump? Funny video. Go watch Grumpy's video. Those kids' hats a classic, man. In the beginning of that video. Nothing beats our gang. Caesar Rodney, Midnight Ride. Fucking Delaware. What's going down, man? The Midnight Ride. A lot of people don't realize Caesar Rodney's Midnight Ride. He broke the vote. Bob, what's up, Silver Lake? How's it going, man? Shout out to the lake. I was up there on I was on Picasset Ave yesterday. Lighting candles? No, I couldn't do that. That's it. Wouldn't be. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you very kindly. You can't take money for lighting candles. It's not. It's frowned upon. I know. What's up, Cheech? Yeah, I don't like the StreamYards thing. Hold on, let me see if I can at least share this. Hold on a minute. Where is it? This thing don't share right. Unethical. Yes, John, it's unethical to do that. It wouldn't be from your heart. You'd be motivated by money, so it wouldn't be right. You're not supposed to charge people for things like that. That's a little crazy. That's what like those preach snake oil salesmen do. My voice will destroy me. Snake oil salesmen. You know those people who they'll pay some lady to sit in a wheelchair, and they'll say like they healed her or something. Remember that Steve Martin fucking movie? They're charlatans. Like Jim Jones. Maybe not as crazy as Jim Jones, right? But still all the same kind of thing. All charlatan stuff. Man. None of your business. What's up, man? How's it going? I muted myself. Let me see. Yeah, what's up, Maureen? Who's trying to have you kicked out of your house? What's he saying? People are trying to have him. The last thing I need. Who's trying to get you kicked out of your house? What's up, Rat Trap City? Seeing A-Light videos lately. Why? What's he been up to, Aledo? Saving the world as the super councilman? We watched Kitten go there. We watched Kitten go to the fucking the thing. What Kitten has to do is sit back and wait, and eventually Oleto's gonna do something stupid or crazy, right? Get busted for embezzling fucking Girl Scout cookies or something, right? Fighting some like other councilman's wife. I don't know. Cold tendies for Jimmy gets the cold. Jimmy A-Light gets the cold tendies. Johnny's tendies are nice and hot for mommy. Mommy's proud of him. Jimmy's the freak. He's in the basement tied up. Yes, the townsfolk chased Kitten out. They chased him out like it was like a movie from the 1800s. Just Blaze Detroit. What's going on? Play the kid. What's up, Bass Billy? Yeah, Kitten's all over that. He's all over that like Liberace on a fucking twink. What's up, Redzilla? What's going on? Claudio Soprano. What's going on, man? Twin Mama, how's it going? What's up, Red? Yeah, I'll be after this week is over, I'll be back with some videos and stuff. Like I said, I had a death in the family, a couple deaths in the family in the last few weeks, so really haven't been able to put some videos together. But I got a couple of interesting things. What's up, Watcher Crazy? How's it going? A couple of funny videos. Trying to see here. Why ain't that working right? What's up, Com? We hold on a second. I'll drop the link. Anybody wants to pop on? It's gonna be somebody I know. I'm not gonna let no half a Todd on. Or no quacks. Going good. How's the weather? Thank you, Maureen. I appreciate it. Yeah, grazie, Billy. Covering the shipwrecked stories, the pirates. Yeah, they're interesting stories. You should go check out the story of Gonzalo Guerrero. Him and his friends, him and his seamen, his other seamen that were on the ship. Not the kind like that's in Aleto's tummy. They got shipwrecked off the Yucatan Peninsula, and the Mayans started ripping their hearts out and eating them, and left 2 of them alive. And Gonzalo actually became part of the Mayan tribe. He became a member of the Mayan tribe. He actually rose to a chief. He was the first European to become part of the Mayans. What's up, Mickey Griggs? Dead men tell no tales. Yeah, there was 2 of them. There was a priest and him. The priest went back to Cortez, and I mean Pizarro, Francisco Pizarro. But Guerrero wouldn't deal with Pizarro. He told him to fuck off. And he's like, hey, I got my wife here and my kids, so I'm going to stay with the Mayans. So to the Spanish, he was a traitor. But to the Mayans and the Aztec, the Mayans, he was a hero. But a real interesting story about being like, shipwrecked and shit like that. Pretty cool. That would suck. Because they were on like a little dingy boat for like 8 days, starving and thirsty, like 23 of them. And then they land on the Yucatan Peninsula, and they're like, oh, thank God, we're on the Yucatan.
You're not alone.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Mr. MRE, how are you? I do want to say that I know I'm not the only one, but everyone in chat is sending you condolences. And all that. How's my favorite puppy dog doing?
Oh, he's doing good. He was
I,
just barking, growling at some of the local neighbors.
I saw him. I was in there. When it's a Rocco live, I gotta be there.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's gonna be 5 years old in August.
Oh, oh, me and him share a birthday month. I'm gonna have to send Rocco something for a treat or a puppy dog cake.
Well, he doesn't eat cakes. He can only have vanilla ice cream.
Well, they have those ones that are like treats, but they call them dog cakes for their
Really?
birthday. Yeah, they have like this thing. It's like it's specifically made for dogs. It is not like what you would think. It is specifically made for puppies. It's not like real cake or anything like that. Yeah, you can actually get dog cakes.
Oh,
For,
wow.
yeah, I have to look that up and send you the link so you'll be able to see it or tag you in it. But they actually make cakes specifically
I would
that.
have to know what was in it, though. Come to my salon. Can I get a free haircut? Thank you. Free haircuts are the best for me because I hate spending money on my hair. Because I have to keep my hair up. My hair is it's a very quintessential to my personality and everything. They have dog ice cream.
Yeah, they have doggy ice cream.
What's
Yeah,
the
there's
difference
so
between? All
much.
right, they say dogs can have vanilla ice cream. I always give him vanilla, not always, but in the summertime, what's up? Have we go down to the place and get vanilla ice cream? So what's
Um,
dog ice cream? Could a human eat it?
I know that they also do. Basically, when they tell you about the pub cups at like Starbucks, that's just whipped cream.
Oh,
That's
okay. So it's really not ice cream for a dog. A pup
yeah,
cup.
yeah.
Chicky had a pup cup. There's a fat guy we know who ate dog food out of a bowl to impress his friends. But yeah, so there is a doggy ice cream. What would be different from a human ice cream? I don't get it.
I would suppose less sugar and maybe more, like same ingredients but less sugar,
Okay.
because dogs obviously you have to be careful with giving them too much sugar because of diabetes and stuff. So yeah, that twin mama just said it, no sugar. I would guess that would be the only difference,
No sugar.
and probably less fat too. So Miss Carmela's probably right.
Yeah, I don't give him a lot. I get him like a little cup, you know, like a little cup. A little cup. Thanks, crew. 3 gallon pop cup.
Mr. Manzilla.
Let me try doggy cakes already. Oh, goat's milk. Goat's milk. Really? Are you from Pakistan? I know a lot of Pakistani dudes love goat's milk. Goat's milk. Some people say it's good. Some people said they didn't like it. I've heard. I've never had it.
I had it when I was little, but I don't remember it, because we used to get fresh goat's milk and fresh cow milk from the Amish. So when I was little, I used to be completely on like real 100% cow's milk.
Oh, so you've met Amish people and stuff?
Oh yeah, even to this day there, we go like a lot of times during our summer and spring they will sell off like milk and eggs and like
Have you ever
fresh
hung out with an
produce.
Amish kid or anything like that?
No, because and I've never seen them, and if I have, I didn't notice it during Rumspringa,
Wait,
which
you
is
seen one?
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. They usually when they do Rumspringa, they blend in with others, and I haven't
Wait, what is
actually been with it.
what's rum shako? Rum shako? What is it?
Rumspringa, it's basically where the teenagers, when they get to be a certain age, get to go out in the English world, which is our world, party, hang out, do stuff, and they have 1 year. And in that year, they have to decide whether they're going to remain Amish or go to the English world.
So it's basically like, all right, go and be a degenerate for a year and see if you want to be a degenerate. Or like, do they tell them to go drink and like fornicate with all kinds of people and stuff? Are they
They
saying,
can choose not to do it. They
okay,
can choose not to do it. But some do take that time to get all their wild oats out and do all the crazy things they've always wanted to do. Like even eating things that they can't eat in the Amish community. Some of them don't partake in some of this stuff, but partake in others. Like they want to try alcohol for the first time.
well, you ever hear of Ish? Ever hear of the guy Ish?
Who's Ash?
Oh no, Ish. He was an Amish guy who had met
Oh,
this bowler, and he was good at bowling also. And he took him, and he got him tattoos and made him drink and shit. He was a really corruption to this guy, and he almost got exiled from his family.
oh, is that the guy that was on the TV show?
Yeah, you got me. The joke was terrible. I failed. You made me look like a fool in front of everybody. No, I'm not joking. Oh yeah, how about these people, the Lebanons? How about the fake thing, breaking Amish, where the kids act like they leave, like I was never been in the real world ever, and they act like they just been into the real world when really they've been living in the real world for years, and they never really escaped the Amish, so they did many years ago. You ever see that show? It's a fake Amish show.
Yeah, yeah, because here's the thing, the real Amish will refuse to be on camera. You cannot take their picture. They do not believe in that. And in fact, if you were to go buy something from the Amish and you tried to speak to one of their children or one of the people that were not allowed to sell you stuff, they would turn their back to you.
Really?
They're not allowed to speak to you.
Well, that show was full of shit because they tried to say, like, it was called Leaving Amish, right? And they
Yeah.
grabbed like 6 of them, and they were like, all right, these 6 people are leaving the Amish, and we're taking them to New York, and they've never seen that before. And the whole time we find out that they all left before that. They weren't just like right off the Amish plantation or nothing. And then the guy and the girl in the show actually had a kid together and act like they just met. It was just all, it was terrible.
Well,
Terrible.
they're excommunicated when they leave the Amish, so their entire families will not speak to them. Yeah, they're considered a part of the English world now.
Yeah, Gabe, the little guy Gabe, he looked like a twink. He was this little beta guy that the girl Rebecca abused the shit out of him. She would like slap him in the head and abuse him constantly. Yeah, I think they said they were excommunicated. And then they had another girl that was very pretty. She was like a model type, wanted to be a model, or whatever. I'm thinking like, yeah, they're gonna Hollywood's gonna abuse you viciously, but it was all fake. These reality shows are not real because think about it. To really get reality, you would have to follow somebody for about a year, right? Like to
To
get some
catch
real.
half the drama. Yeah, because like even on a lot of these shows, they have said like the Teen Mom shows, the other even like Bad Girls Club where they fight and all that stuff. They have said that the producers will absolutely start fights to get more drama.
Well, yeah, they only got a few months to follow them, right? So they got to manufacture the drama. Now, if you followed them legitimately, right, and you got to put a lot of time in, eventually you will get it, naturally and organically. But none of those shows are real, sadly, right?
Mennonites are actually pretty cool too. I know we have Mennonites, Amish, and we have two different versions of Amish. You have the old school, and then you have the newer Amish, and then same thing for Mennonites. You have the it's like the older school believes like in like harsher rules, where the new school they're a little more lax. Now the Mennonites can actually have like vehicles, use colors. They can do the things that the Amish cannot. So their rules are a little more slack.
Yeah, I heard the Mennonites are similar to the Amish, but more, they can use more technology and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty much they're an offshoot of Amish, but they are less strict than
Now,
other
can
groups.
they, what is their things on defending themselves? Is it true that they'll let people beat them up and shit?
They do. So it depends on what kind you're talking about because some of them are taught an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The original Amish believe in the Old Testament, and some of the new ones do believe in turning the other cheek. But there are some that will do an eye for an eye. So if you hit them, they're gonna hit you back.
All right, so if someone walked up and tried to bully the Amish guy, he is going to fight back, right?
Oh yeah, a lot of them, they believe an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and even if he himself doesn't hit you back, you might want to look out. There might be a gang of 'em with some bats on your butt. I'm just saying.
That's awesome. I like them even more when I hear stuff like that. Because how do you go like, oh, I'm not going to fight back. You're just going to get what? Beat up and brutalized? You got to defend yourself. So at least that's a good idea. The Bad Girls Club. My cousin used to watch that. Those are insane women, man.
I
Those
used to
women
watch it.
were
It was my
totally
guilty pleasure.
insane. Like all you would see is them constantly ripping each other's hair out, stabbing each other with pencils and makeup and shit. They were crazy. Wasn't
Is it
Sharon Osbourne on that or something?
no? But I'm gonna say this: is it bad that I know the theme song by heart because it was my guilty pleasure?
What was?
Bad Girls Club back in the day when it used to be on regular TV. It was a. I haven't seen Baddies, but Bad
What
Girls
is
Club.
Baddies? What is the name of
Okay,
Baddies?
well, Bad Girls Club, the original girls from it, pretty much wanted to have their own show, but they could not call it Bad Girls Club because of the rights being owned. So they
Okay.
named themselves Baddies.
Baddies. We're gonna read this one thing. Queen Amin says, "I have a friend who was on the first season of the Bad Girls Club." Really? I know you're not gonna dox your friend, but that's hilarious. What was she put on there for? Just to fight with the other girls and argue? Like what were they supposed to become good or something? Like
Pretty
what was the?
much, they're put on there to be fighting, to be drinking, and to be themselves.
But they're called the Bad Girls Club, so aren't they trying to transform them? That's why I thought Sharon Osbourne was on there.
Oh, they did do a therapy one, and that may be the one you're talking about, where they did a therapy version of one, where they were trying to reform the bad girls. But that was in later seasons. In the early seasons, it was just about drinking, fighting, and being bougie, and it was everything. So.
Have you ever seen the cringy show with Brett Michaels with his like he it looks like he got scalped by an Apache. He's got
The
like no
love
hair in the
thing.
front of his head. He's got all these bandanas and all these weird drunk ladies trying to date him. It was so cringy. Oh, that was so cringy.
Oh yeah, the Rock of Love. That was the name of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
show.
yes. Yeah, that was it. That was so cringy and gross. Like women would throw up and he would kiss them after they threw up. Like they were all just drunken messes. It was a total shit show of plastic everywhere. Like every girl had
So
fake
many fake
breasts.
boobs.
Yeah, yeah. It was Plasticville, fake noses, fake breasts, everything. The surreal life was funny. Yes. No, the one with the celebrities was funny. That I never seen the regular surreal life, but celebrity surreal life was funny. Jose Canseco snorting coke with Gary Coleman, Corey Feldman crying, almost getting his ass beat by MC Hammer. Funny shit.
That is really funny though. If you think about MC Hammer beating up Corey Feldman, I'm sorry.
He almost beat his ass in the back of their bus because Feldman was like, "I'm an artist too," and they got into some argument and like he almost cracked Feldman.
That would have been. I'm sorry, but I'd have been laughing on the ground, crying, tears just rolling down my eyes.
Do you remember they had that lady China on, and it was actually kind of sad. She was all like
Yeah.
drugged out and drunked out. It was
Rest in peace to her. Speaking of which, yeah,
it was
she was
crazy.
from. If you remember, she was back from the Attitude Era of WWC or WCW and then WWF.
Yeah, I know. I know who she is. I just never watched wrestling back then. I watched it when I was a little kid, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, you're a little bit older than me, Mr. MRE. So
yeah, I'm
when I
46.
was a kid, I'm 37, so I'm like 10 years, like 9 years younger. So when I was a
Yeah.
kid, she was in there, and that was during my time was the Attitude Era.
It was a very sad story of the lady too. Like she died in a terrible way. Her husband was like another wrestler that like beat her constantly.
She ended up leaving him, X Pac. It was X Pac was his name, um,
What is
and
it called?
his name was X Pac. He was from Generation X. Back
Yeah, I don't know
when,
none of
yeah,
that.
yeah. So she ended up leaving him, got with another person, but she was single for a while. But she got on heavy drugs. Even when she got off of them, it left her with lasting health effects, and
Oh,
she actually
gotcha.
passed away. Yeah, X Pac. See, Mr. Redzilla knows. And she passed away, and she was the seventh wonder of the world when she was in wrestling because she was one of the only women wrestlers to ever wrestle with the men like that before.
Yeah, she was
Um,
strong.
yeah, yeah, Degeneration X. See, Mr. Redzilla knows. We probably ain't too far apart in age then.
What's up, GG? Yeah, I remember
Ninth wonder. Thank you. Somebody in chat just helped me with it.
MC Hammer almost he wanted to beat up those guys from third base. Ever hear of them?
No, I don't remember.
Ever hear that song Pop Goes the Weasel? There was some like 90s like rap group or something. MC Hammer wanted to like beat them up and they were terrified and they went around crying saying he was gonna have them killed and shit.
Yeah, I absolutely adored MC Hammer though. Hammer time.
Yeah, MC Hammer, and he was actually a really street tough dude. Like he was like a gangster in the streets. Yeah, third base. Yeah, they were terrified of him. They were terrified of even to this day.
Oh, they did. It takes two to make a thing go right.
No, nope. Third base did not do that.
Who?
That was DJ Easy Rock and Rob Base, not third
Uh,
base. Yeah, she's
oh,
thinking
okay.
Rob Base.
Cause
Yeah.
I like them. I like that song.
Yeah, that's a great song, but that's Rob Base. Third base are like these two like Jewish guys from New York who were like some of the first white rappers, but they weren't good like Beastie Boys, right? They weren't good like the Beastie Boys, and they dissed MC Hammer, and he terrified them. So I didn't like that Gas Face song. I thought that was terrible. Yeah, Search. He lies so much. You know, MC Search is a compulsive liar. His fucking his partner, that goofy Mike Nice guy, they exposed him on so many lies. That guy is a fucking whack job. Total quack. He was crying about MC Hammer on DJ Vlad. He's like crying. He said he needed years of therapy because MC Hammer threatened him. What a
Okay, what do you do you I find it funny on the Vlad show that a lot of those people snitch on themselves about things that could still get them in trouble. Like that's
Yeah.
how they got the guy who was doing the ride along with the guy who unalived Tupac. That's how he went to jail. Was a Vlad interview. That's what started the investigation on him. His little cousin is the one that pulled the trigger.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Vlad, Adam 22. A lot of them shows will platform people and ask them about crimes they did. And yeah, there's 2 points that all right, you say, oh, the people are dumb for going on there doing that. But the other point, who makes a platform to bring people on to try to get them arrested, right? It's a shitty platform, but they're both wrong. The people are dumb for going on there and telling the stories, but he's still wrong for having a platform and asking people all things to try to get them arrested or in fights with people. Yeah, nephew. Yeah, it
Yeah, it
was
was his nephew.
PPD's nephew.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like they're snitching on themselves about things like, there's no statute of limitation on some of that. I'm like,
No.
you
Murder, there is no when hey, you could be 100 years old, and if you get caught killing some, if you killed somebody 60 years ago, you're still in trouble. Yeah, a lot of them go on there and do that. The kid Little Dirk, in the songs, rapping in the drill music, they try to say, like keep it real. What I'm going to sing about is what I do, and there comes a problem with that, right? It's because what you're doing is crimes, and then you're talking about them. These feds and cops ain't stupid. They put that together, and they solved so many murders and indicted so many people off of the music from all these cities.
Well, that's why, with YSL, they tried to say it was a gang and tried to do RICO charges. And they tried to use the actual music, against them in those trials. Because in the music, they talk about pow powing people, they talk about unaliving people. And I'm like, you just admitted to murder. I'm like, did you realize there's no statute of limitation? And just because it's music, and you can try to claim that it's not real.
Well,
What
it's an
if,
art. They'll say art
yeah.
form, right? It's an art form. I'm telling a story, but it's like not when you're describing somebody getting shot in an alleyway in the head, and we got a guy who got shot in an alleyway in the head on the night of like October, whatever. Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many people go to jail for that shit.
I'm like, why snitch on yourself? That's my question. I would take that to the grave with me.
Well, they don't
No,
look at it. They don't think they're snitching. They think that they can, cleverly put these things in the music without nobody putting two and two together for some reason, and it's real fucking crazy, right? Especially if you're doing crazy shit like that, killing people and like gang wars. You shouldn't be talking about on no songs, right? Like be like NWA and make up fake fucking drive-bys and shit, right, or whatever. Yeah, what question, Twin Mama? Far
yeah,
away.
I would not be telling on myself in those songs. I would be
Yeah,
making
they
up
kill it.
fake things.
Yeah, never mind. They kill each other on Instagram nowadays.
Uh huh. How many times do we see that, like, happening in rest in peace
Oh, a lot.
churches?
There was this one kid. He had to be like 14 years old. He's on his phone in his own house, and he's like, spin the block. And the guys come by, shoot at him. He goes out and shoots at them. He's still on live. And he's like, do it again. And they come by and do it again. Then the cops come and arrest everybody. It's like crazy. No, I only have one on my forehead. Whose avatar is a swastika?
She said William Brooklyn a message on my chat. He says you sent him, and that
William
the
Brooklyn is listen, that guy is a mentally ill who goes on everybody's channel and shows his penis. He's a weird pro ripper, weird idiot. My suggestion is anybody sees that guy, block him. All he likes to go on elderly people's channels and show his privates. He's a weirdo.
he was doing that to troll Mr. MRE, and that's why he did that.
Yeah, he's a little Willie, they call him. The guy's a total degenerate. Total degenerate. Yeah, he runs with rapists and shit like that. He's threatening that kids, people's little nephews and nieces should be R and stuff. You ain't gonna find a bigger degenerate than that.
That's just sick. I don't know why people bother children. Children should always be off limits.
Yeah, but these you gotta think like just like in the real world, there's all kinds of people out there, right? But on the internet, people can do things that they won't do in the real world because they're consequences, right? You're not going to go rip your penis out in front of somebody in the real world. They're going to punch you, right? So people on here just like the Terry guys. Look, they'll come on here and torture people's dead family members. But then when the guy Fumble goes into their father's music store, which they tell him to come down there, they both hide behind the drum set, right? So you're always going to have.
I saw that video. The video. Who made that cut? I forgot who made that. That was funny.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you tell people to come to your home or come to your work, and when you're somebody, if you're just on the internet, be like, hey, fuck you, you're a goof or this. Nobody's gonna want to come fight you over that, right? Nobody's gonna do that. But when you're literally messing with dead people and grieving family members, there are going to be people that are gonna want to come put a boot in your ass. It's a bad thing to do. Yeah, that guy's a total degenerate. Everybody knows that guy. That's why he's got nowhere to go, basically. He's only allowed in one Rapo's chat. Nobody lets that guy around. He's like an STD.
That you can't get rid of.
Yeah. He's just got like 1,000 accounts of his own. You just got to block them all. Yeah, B1. Yeah, who wears a little pink hat and pulls his privates out on all these women and old people streams? Just a weird dude. You got a lot of these weird people out here, flashers, all kinds of sick degenerates.
Where do you even get a pink wave cap anymore?
Well, you would have to go to they call it the Pussy March. We have a friend called Kitten. He went. It was the Madonna Pussy Hat March. So you would have the little Madonna pussy hats. They're like little pink hats with like little ears on them or something. They call them, for I don't know, some weird perverted reason, pussy hats. It's weird.
Yeah, I've never heard of one of those ever.
Yeah, a lot of like crazy like communists wear them and stuff. And mentally ill people who show their private parts on YouTube. Those kind of weirdos. We've seen all manners of crazies. I'm sure you have too. Everybody has on YouTube, right?
Oh yeah, because I've been a part of a lot of different communities. I've seen people who bother people's, literally put nooses around babies' necks.
What?
Yes, literally make fun of a girl whose child passed away because the baby got stuck in a blind, so they'll put things in blinds to make fun of her.
See, that's cruel. That stuff's like, that's not trolling or being funny. That's just being straight like evil, right? Like,
oh, I've even seen people in other sectors really pull up in real life and fight on here.
Oh yeah, that's happened. Yeah, that happens for sure. Yes, I've heard of that happening also. Yep. I had a stalker. I had to punch the guy in the face and slap him a few times, like because he came down and stalked me. Like one night, I'll tell you the story. One night I was on Angel's channel, and all of a sudden this guy jumps on. He's like, "Where were you? I went to the feast and you weren't there, one of our Italian festivals." He's like, "Where were you?" I was like, "Well, I'm right here." And I turned the camera around, showed him what street I was on. So the next day he comes there to stalk me, right? And I gave him a few slaps and punches and stuff, and he ran away. But what if he was a psycho who came there with like fucking a gun or something, right? Like, there's a lot of weird people out there and do weird shit, right?
Well, I will say some good things happen. There was a person I know, there was this person online who was sitting there talking disparagingly about kids getting off the bus in a nasty way. And this dude pulled up on him and smacked the bejesus out of him. And we over there say that it was a smack heard around the world. And he told me, if I ever catch you talking about kids around or being around kids or being within 100 feet of a school, I'm coming back here.
Oh, good. What was he? What was he doing? Going to bus stops and yelling things at kids?
He said he was watching them get off the bus and was thinking bad things and saying stuff in his mind. He didn't.
And so somebody went down and found him.
And smacked the bejesus out of him, and I mean, slapped him.
Boy, is that
we call it the slap that was heard around the world. And he taped it. We played that clip I don't know how many times on different platforms, replaying it over and over again.
Well, nobody deserves it more than if you're gonna go pick on children, handicapped, elderly people. You deserve whatever's coming to you, right? Like, there's nothing worse than doing that shit, especially little kids. Who the hell's gonna go and taunt kids on a bus stop and talk filthy? right? Like, and you don't think someone's gonna pull up and beat the hell out of you? He's lucky he didn't get arrested or killed, right?
Yeah, he's lucky that the person that came after him just wanted to teach him a lesson, and it wasn't one of the people that would want to unalive him. He got very lucky. It was just a person that wanted to teach him a lesson.
Yeah, because there's people out there who maybe lost a child or something like that, right? Or had their kid hurt or something, and they go and grab this guy and take it out on him. Yeah, whoever that was, what a moron.
Yeah, I don't like one of the reasons why I myself don't like people messing with people with disabilities and stuff. Is my son has cerebral palsy. And I've been around a bunch of people with different disabilities, right? And I think it's so dirty when people mess with people with disabilities, the dead, people's moms. If me
It's
and
cowardly.
like me and you, like Mr. Amari, if we had words, right? Let's just say retrospectively we did, right? We would keep it on here. Not
Yeah,
take it
yeah.
off
I
here,
would
not
argue no
bother
point.
nobody else. We could cuss each other back and forth, make all kind of stupid videos about the other one, you know, but not literally take it offline, bother
No, let's
people's
say if I had a
family, all
falling
that.
out with you. Let's say if I had a falling out with you, I'd just be like, all right, you're an asshole, whatever, right? Like, I'm not gonna say,
Yeah.
hey, f your dead mom or something sick like that, right? Like, that's just some low tier fucking scumbag shit. And so you see a lot of these people, they do that, and then they try to switch up because if they need to stay around, they got no friends, or they want to build their channel. And then so many people forgive these people. Like, I'm not too forgiving with that because once they show you they're like that, it's like, all right, they're a shit bum. Stay away from them, right? Like, especially people that are willing to go to those extents, look up people's families, mess with people's children, or that's really sick shit. And it's not
Yeah.
trolling, that's stalking. Like, that's legitimate stalking.
It is really sad that a lot of people have to deal with that, and you shouldn't have to at
No, if
all.
you can't, like, why can't you bant back and forth or take somebody's argument apart, something like that, or make fun of them, whatever, right? Without trying to look up their moms or their dads or something. That's fucking weird.
I myself don't reach for people offline.
No, that's
Because
weird shit. Messing with
yeah,
people's real lives offline is sick. Is sick. To come on here, bust balls is one thing, but mess with anybody's real life offline is not good.
yeah, I don't think it's right because especially messing with the innocent people, like the people's beef online, right? Is not the people who are offline and innocent people's beef. Like it's not anyone's mother's beef. It's not
No.
anyone's aunt. It's not anyone's cousin. It's not their children. So on and so forth. Leave your, you know, leave your beef with the person that you got the beef with.
Yeah, don't go like there's people who've attacked people's 80-year-old mothers and called them and like crank called some like 80-year-old mother who was like an old lady and they tortured her on the phone. Real rotten shit. It's like, listen, you don't like her son, that's cool, but why would you call and torture an 80-year-old woman?
What
What
did
if
she
she had
have
a
to do with it?
stroke? Yeah, what
And
if
what
she shit.
what if she passed away because of what you did? And a lot of people
Yeah.
don't understand that. Here's the thing: if they proved that your call was the last one she had, and she had a massive heart attack or stroke, and you were the reason she passed away, do you realize that you can be charged with that criminally?
You think so?
Yes, because it necessarily wouldn't be
Be like a
murder,
manslaughter
but
or
it'd be like
something?
manslaughter or something like that, because your actions led to her having that heart attack. Your actions led to her having that stroke. If it's like us when people severely cyberbully someone until they pass away, till they unalive
Oh,
themselves.
okay. All
It's
right.
the same. They have a rule for that too. Like if people are cyberbullying someone so much so that they unalive themselves, they can actually go to prison for that.
Right, but what kind of evidence would they need? Like a bunch of threatening phone calls
Hmm.
or videos? But what about all right? Let's say somebody. All right, let's say I'm critiquing. Let's just put Roy and saying Roy lied about having a red car, and Roy breaks down because everybody knows he don't have a red car no more, and he kills himself. How's that my? Is that my fault or like I don't
No,
get
it's
that.
like it's a little different. It's more so that you're target harassment them. Like
Let's say if I'm
you're messaging them, telling them to off themselves, or you're steadily calling them to the point of that they do, or you're saying disparaging things. Like you have to, they have to have more proof of you actually communicating, like more on the phone, messages, whether you're private messaging them somewhere, not just like words. Like they have to prove that you're targetly
Gotcha.
harassing them and saying things to a point that, I mean, like evil stuff we wouldn't do.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to kill. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, yeah. You have to do some really messed up stuff in order for you to get that charge, and like they're taking it more serious because a lot of these kids in school are being bullied to the point of unaliving themselves, and so now they're taking more stance towards that situation. And this is some of the new things that are coming up because cyberbullying is a new thing, right? And a
Well,
lot
yeah,
of
we haven't
laws.
had the internet long, so all these kids that are teenagers now, right? Like, and these cam phones are around. Yeah, I can see a lot of like ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends sharing nudes, torturing each other, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, I can see these laws coming upon for sure.
I have never talked smack on Mr. MRE and never would.
No, they just don't even pay attention to them people. They're just trying to cause trouble. But yeah, those are. I guess if you do stalk somebody, crank call their house, all that stuff, and they kill themselves, yeah, I guess you could be put in trouble for that, right?
Yeah, especially if you think if they were constantly calling them. Like there was a girl that was my mod. I don't know if you know this, right before y'all all came along. I wasn't always covering JT. I was covering other things, and she was in another sector than I am in, and but I loved her to death. She actually was found passed away because a lot of people were calling her phone off the hook 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, bothering her mom, threatening to get her mom's SSI, cut off all this stuff. I mean, just a lot of bullying to the point that it put her under so much stress they found her unresponsive and passed away in her home.
Really?
There is a
Shit.
video on my channel that says "Rest in Peace, Quay Quay," and her name was Pretty Big Woman Quay, and she was from the Black Tea sector,
And
and
how? Well, that's all
passed.
right. R.I.P. to her. How did you get involved with the JT stuff?
He came into my sector and was calling, saying disparaging things against some of the gentlemen in there. And I was like, who is this person? Why is he talking down to people? Like, what's going on? And I didn't know him at all from nothing, a can of paint. Then I, of course, as any person would do, looked up his screen name, right?
Yeah.
And I go, oh my God! I found the Rolling Stone article. I found all the Reddits. I found 50,000 playlists with video upon video upon video. And I told this on I think it was Mr. Grumpy's channel when we were talking to Angel that night. I said this once before, and then I was like, "Who is this person?" And I wanted to warn the other people in my sector in case he came around because he was trying to get into my sector. And that's where it came from. And then I gave the victims a voice, and that's why he hates me.
And so that's when you found like the
That's
other,
when I found everybody else.
all right, those other channels and stuff like that. 'Cause there's a lot of people that like don't
Blaze,
like that guy.
Just Blaze is from my sector. And Just Blaze is someone I've known for many, many years. And she was one of the first people that brought his name up. I was like, who is this dude? We heard about her because of a girl named Vegas Girl. And she used to be in our sector a very long time ago, caused a lot of problems. And I was like, what is Blaze talking about? And that's when I saw him up on that panel and was like, who is this person? And so I got curious, and I found the Rolling Stone article. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
that was I read that article. That was brutal. That was brutal. And that guy takes it too far, man. Like that's why he's and like I said, when you come on YouTube and fuck with people's real lives, and that's why he's got some guy like Fumble Nuts unmanning him at his dad's fucking work, right? Like I said, if you're just fucking with people busting balls on here, it's nothing. When you're messing with dead people and people's pain like that, you're gonna get some crazy motherfucker like Fumble to come down and whip your ass, right? It's like it's gonna happen.
Oh,
What an idiot.
Mr. Fumble's one that made a great. You got to see it. He made a great cut of where you were talking about that the other night and about them hiding behind the drums. It's a good video. It's funny.
Oh yeah. He made it with my voice.
Yeah, he took a
Yeah.
clip from the show and then put it together. It was really cute. I was like laughing so hard.
Well, it's the
Uh,
truth. He was like the big bad wolf, right? And they were hiding like cowards, letting their dad. Like, imagine too. Like, I'm a man. I have a brother too. If anybody came to my father and me and my brother ever hid or fucking weren't there, like forget about it. He'd kill us. We'd kill ourselves. You go out and defend your family, right? Like,
mhm.
what the fuck? Who lets their dad fucking go outside and talk to somebody, right?
Well, why would you even give that address? Wouldn't you give your address or a store, like somewhere to meet at like a local gas station? You know what I'm
Well, he's
saying?
selfish. He's a selfish baby. You probably think he wasn't going to go there, number one. Number two, he probably doesn't think too much of his father, right? Why would you bring that trouble to your family in the first place, right? It's ridiculous. Let me read this. All right, they have talked shit about me last couple of shows. Never said anything about them, or the Twin Mama show. Yeah, what's up, Twin Mama? Yeah, they should have. Were they inside that store when he went there? Were they hiding there? Like, why couldn't they have went there?
Well, I the way that I've heard this story go is that they were not even there. Um, that's what I've heard. Now, I'm not. I've heard that the father was there, but they were not. And the father was in the back of the store, and they were in their respective homes, in different places. So,
Do they live in a different state than the dad, or
as far as I know, I believe so, but I'm not sure. You know, um, I think so. I know one of them has said that they live in another state, and I think the
they're
other one
probably
does too.
lying? They probably do
I
live
don't
there.
know.
Oh, who knows? But still, even if you didn't, why would you give your dad's address and say, "Come and meet me at my dad's store"? Why would you bring that trouble to your father? Right? What an idiot!
I wouldn't bring. I'm gonna say this right now. I would. Here's the thing: when the situation, words are just words. If and he stated this and said this: if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Well, for the past 3 weeks, I've not said a word about this man at all because I've been going back to my regular content, right?
Yeah.
But yet he cannot keep my name out of his mouth or my family or my child.
So he
And
just instead of just focusing on you, he just brings up your family and your kid.
yes, in fact, he made a threat on another channel to call CBS, and guess who showed up at my door?
What a scumbag! And we call CPS as a fucking coward. What a scumbag!
So yeah,
How
I
did he get
was
your real
not.
name?
He talked to an ex. I don't really. One of his followers, supposedly, found my real name somehow or another. I'm not really sure, but he talked to an ex neighbor of mine that I'm not really close with and haven't been for a very long time because this dude's scared shitless of my dad, and that's why he talked shit like he did and lied. And both of them lied. The other dude doesn't even know me, and the one guy barely knows me. Like, I didn't go around in my neighborhood and just be doing crazy stuff. They didn't really see who I dated or what I did in my free time or when I went to college. So, and they tried to claim that we lived in that neighborhood for 30 years. There's no possible way. I'm 37 and I didn't live in that house my entire life.
Well, who
You know what
cares?
I'm saying?
But even if you did, who cares, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's the point of like? I don't even. How's he trying to insult you with that though? I don't get it.
Trying to claim that my child is an incest child.
Incest. What an
Saying
idiot.
that me and my father did something to have my kid. That's what they're running
I mean,
around saying.
that
And they even have somebody running around with my dad's first name. And they're going into chat saying stuff about if you see someone say, don't be messing with my daughter, that's pretty much the person that is trolling, doing that, thinking it's cute or funny. But do they realize they're making fun of a special needs child,
do they have a
right?
life? Well, listen, to have the time to look people up, do all this shit, all these fake things. Do they have a girlfriend or any lives whatsoever? And to make fun of a little kid saying that he's an incest kid, that's fucking weird.
My son's almost 18, but he's 17 right now. But what they also don't know is that, and I don't care, I'm going to say it. My son has to go tomorrow to get a thing done on his liver. His enzymes came back elevated. So if
Really?
anybody's into prayer, if y'all could,
Yeah, I
just pray
will.
that it's the gallbladder and nothing else.
I,
And
I'm
just
going to. I'll be at church tomorrow morning. I'll light a candle, a healing candle.
thank you so very much. Because I mean, here's the thing: they're over here doing all this stuff, and I have. They said if you leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. So
Who
guess what
said
I
that?
did? That's what they said. That's what JT and MT said. They said if you leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. So guess what I did? I left them alone. Have they left me alone? No. I keep hearing about it from everyone else that they keep bringing me up, and I'm like, but you said, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like here's the thing: is bargaining with oath breakers is like building on quicksand. My point is bargaining with scumbags. Like they're never going to keep their word, right? They're low lives, especially two grown men in there. How old are these guys? 30s or something?
They're older than me. They're in their 40s, I believe,
Right,
or
these guys are in
50s.
their 40s, looking people up and all this. That's some fucking real stalker, like Double Agent says. The Fairy brothers display some serious stalking behavior. Like they almost got beat up. I think what if Fumble knocked their father out, right? Their antics would have got their father knocked out, right? They're lucky that the Fumble guy is not an animal who would knock out their dad, right? Like these morons are fucking with people's dead relatives, and they got dudes literally going to their father. Like, what if he knocked their dad out? That would have been their fault. Fucking
Yeah.
stupid. They have no love for their own father.
Oh, so they are close to 50. I knew they were way older than I am. They're over 10 years older than me. So,
Wow, one's 46 and one's 48. Let me tell you, I'm 46. To be a 46-year-old man, and I don't know where you get the time, or to sit up, look up people, and give a shit about someone's child, do all that shit. You're a real sick fucking bastard. Put it that way. But
I
see,
had.
it's going to catch up with them. It almost did with the father. Think about that. Let's say Fumble was a different guy. Let's just say he was somebody who was like, you know what, I'm knocking the dad out, right? And just drop that old man.
What if it was a crazier person
I
who
shot him and
actually,
killed him.
yeah, like brought a Piao Piao and just opened it, or there's arsonists out there. There's so
Oh,
much
yeah. What if it was one of these
crazy.
families? What if it was one of these families they tortured and they went there and they offed everybody in the place? Right? These guys, I don't know who raised them or whatever. It is some real stupid stalking, bottom of the barrel on fucking the internet you can ever find. They are the bottom of the fucking barrel. Literally. To put their own father in jeopardy like that says a lot about those two guys. Wow.
Mr. Emery, I actually said the same thing myself. Like I myself would never involve an innocent person in my beef with a person, right? I would never like call any of their girlfriends or bother their mother or any of their family members whatsoever. Have not reached for anything offline with them whatsoever. Do not go to their channels. Don't leave messages. Don't bother them. I don't go over there. I don't listen. I'm not going to. Um, but I get stuff brought back to me all the time. And I heard that in Miss Angel's chat, and I have never spoken bad about that lady ever. That they have been doing that, and I'm like, what the crap? I ain't did nothing to none of them people.
Well,
You
putting
know,
your names, you're putting your real names in the chats and stuff.
what they had that person over there talking disparagingly about the incest stuff. They were saying stuff about my kid, and I'm like, I thought kids were off limits.
Oh yeah, that's a shit show over there. It wasn't like that before. A long time ago, stuff like that would have never been allowed on there. But like I
Now
said,
I could have wrong information. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't watch it.
yeah, you
So
got to
I
check it
don't
out because
know.
there can be people just telling you shit, like well, especially if people know somebody's always running their mouth, so they could come in and just tell you that, right?
That
Uh,
is very true, Mr. Amari. So if that is falsity, I will say an apology to Miss Angel because I'm not that type of person. I don't run false narratives. I don't put jackets on people's backs without definite proof. I want
but
to
they
see it in
do,
black and white.
but they
Um,
do over there though. That maybe not her specifically, but if you're like right now, if I let 5 people up here and to come up here and slander people and shit, whose fault is it? It's mine. I'm platforming the fucking people, right? Yeah, they should be ashamed of themselves. Like I said, a year ago, 2 years ago, they were against all that stuff. Of course, he's been watching for a long time. You know what's up. Been watching. Of course, he has. He's been watching. He's seen what all the other bullies and scumbags did. He knew just what he was doing. If anybody thinks that guy just found it on just organically, you're fucking delirious. That dude was watching this shit for a long time. He knew just how to sweep in, who to seduce, and all that shit. And, you know, these people are small-minded fucking malcontents, so. And they just, you know, and their followers, too. Imagine following some fucking degenerate like that. Some guy who literally got a fucking article on the fucking Rolling Stones and 1 million victims that have come out and say all the abuse. It's fucking disgusting. He's a disgusting human being. One day, some guy like Fumble Nuts is going to catch his going balding ass. And they're going to whoop his ass. Or somebody might just knock his father out. You know, be like, you know what? Fuck you. Knock his father out for it. He's stupid.
I would say I would not do half the things that he's doing because somebody, not me, and I would never be me, but somebody, he's going to mess with the wrong person and they're going to go off the deep end. There are crazy people out there. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and think about it. If, let's say, you have a person out there and you do something like that and you play CBS games and you do these things and you get their child taken away and they snap.
Yeah.
Like just straight up snap. And you see these news stories all the time. You see it on these TV shows all the time where a person loses the one thing they live for, so they have nothing left. And when a person has nothing left to live for, they will do anything. So I'm just saying, like,
You're right.
I would be very careful playing some of those games. Like, that's why, even though, yeah, I may talk a little crap here and there, but I don't do things that I know could endanger, you know, people. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go over there and say, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna do this to you, and I'm going to expose your entire family and possibly lead you to lose your child so you can come take me out of this world. I'm not gonna do that stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah.
To do those things. Because you
No,
can
it
mess
is.
with the wrong one.
Well, he actually did. That guy Fumble, right? Went right to his father's fucking store. Like, it don't get more real than that. Like I said, what if Fumble wasn't a decent guy and he knocked out the old dad, right? Like, you just got your father lumped up, right? Like, those two dudes are not good sons. Those are terrible sons right there. Anybody that say, come meet me at my father's fucking store, and you're not even there to defend your father, those are two degenerate human beings right there.
What, like I've said though, what if it was a person who had a pow pow and they wanted to do something to those two men, and let's say they weren't there, so they were so angry they took it out on a person who has nothing to do with the situation, and now you're having to have a rest in peace shirt. We see it all the time, even in some of these other stories, and there are some people that if they're pushed too far, they will snap, and
Yeah.
that's not even like their character. It could be a normal person,
Yeah.
right? And if you make a person snap, you take the last thing in this world that they care about. That's just that's common sense. You
Yeah.
don't mess with people's kids. You don't mess with people's elderly parents. What if one of those people that he pushed, their mother passed away because of something they did, calling them 50,
Yeah.
60, 70 times a day? That could push a person over the edge too.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to read this. This is so true. Daddy Jim will eventually take the beating for the actions of his punk son, and little Jim will stay hiding. You're right. We've seen it happen to Piggy. He's right. We've seen that happen to somebody who was always threatening people, doxing, and telling them to come to his house, and people did go to his house and whoop his ass. That's going to happen to Jim and his brother, without a doubt. Because you already got a guy who's Fumble Nuts has got balls, right? Like, he went there already. Now, what if he caught them coming out of the store? He would have beat them fucking silly, right? Or like I said, what if he beat the dad? What if he was someone who beat the dad to a pulp, right? Like,
What if
the
it's
whole
just a
family would
person
hate
that's
that.
a watcher of this stuff, right? A person you don't even know. Like somebody that's just watching from the clouds, never drops down. There are people who do
That's
that,
right.
right?
Well,
And
listen
what
to
if
this.
they saw some of this stuff, it could be very dangerous to play some of those. Because what if they're one of those people like, oh, you like to mess with kids and disabled? I got you. There are people out there that will do that stuff just for the uh, shits and giggles, and
Well,
sometimes
here's what the chatters have against us content creators. They know who we are. We don't know who they are. So somebody can come up to you on the street and just, hey, you got a cigarette, right? Whatever, and knock you right the fuck out. And you don't know who they are. Like, it's these people gonna really be smart.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it could just be some random person that you don't even know just come up, and we've seen how many cases of people getting unalived and nobody knowing who the person was because they didn't. Nobody saw anything. There could always be that moment, and sometimes if you carry things too far, you're gonna have that as a possibility.
It's
Like
already happened on him.
even when I read people to filth or do something like that, that's what we call it over in my sector. My sector is technically called the beef sector, but I don't beef like that too much.
Gotcha.
Um, but I even word things and make sure I don't go too far with it. That it's all jokes and fun. That there's certain things I won't reach for. Like I would never put the pedo jacket on somebody's back without definite proof. I would never,
Yeah.
disparage their children because there are some people that take their kids very freaking seriously. And
Yeah, not everybody is so liberal with their children, right? There's some people where you could shit all over their children and everything, and they'll be your friend again. Not everybody's like that. Not everybody is so liberal with their family members. Some people might kill you or hurt you or beat you or do something to you. And like I said, they have the advantage. They know who we are. We don't know who they are, right? Like I stream in my area. If somebody comes up to me and calls me Emma, it happens sometimes. They're like, hey, Emma, what's up? I'll go up and talk to him, but I'm always ready to throw hands because you never know, right? Like you never know. But usually it's always somebody like, hey, watch your channel. I don't type, but I love you, man. God bless you, or whatever. But you never know. You're always going to have that in back of your head, right? Always. So, and I don't even mess with people's dead family. So if I did, I'm sure somebody would have cracked my head a long time ago, which I would deserve. But with these two guys, that's amazing, and especially putting this. See, I thought they were these two hidden guys who nobody knew where they were. When I ever found out that like people literally go into their dad's place, I'm like, wow, these two fucking sons are two disloyal, no honor having motherfuckers, right? Like they put their dad in the line of fire. That's amazing. Amazing. Thank God, God didn't have God in my heart. Yeah, there's a lot of people who think like that, Ruben, for sure. Like I said, look how fucking that Fumble guy went down there to give him a beating. If they were there, they would have caught a beating. Like I said, what if he was a nut who decided to hurt their dad, God forbid, right? They would have had to live with that. So imagine your antics on YouTube, got your fucking old dad knocked the fuck out, which is terrible, right? Like, what a shame. Those two guys, wow. Yeah, they make my skin crawl too. They remind me of just two disgusting con men phonies. The little things I've seen of him, I only watch about like clips of the guy, right? I've never seen him talk more than 5 minutes or 4 minutes, but he's repulsive.
I mean, you can find video after video after video. There is literally an entire subreddit. I mean, an entire one.
Well, yeah, I've seen the videos of the rotten things he said about the Dylan Rounds kid. So many of these. That poor girl who was killed and he lied.
Kylie Rodney.
Yeah, Kylie Rodney, God rest her soul. He's called her a whore, and she was out having sex with people, which wasn't even true. And even if it was true, who cares? No girl, even if she's the biggest whore in the world doing cocaine all day, she doesn't deserve to be raped and killed, right? Who says that? Who the fuck says that? And what kind of people sit on stream with people that's talking like that? Fucking disgusting.
I'm gonna say this: I could not and would not be able to be around that because you're talking about somebody's child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What if the roles were reversed and that was your sister, your mother, your cousin,
whole
your
different
person you
story
loved?
then. Selfishness, my friend. Selfishness. Only care about me, me. That's all. And it's a sign of narcissism. Huge narcissism. Fucking massive narcissistic shit right there. Yeah, if the shoe is on the other foot, oh, forget about it, right? It's just pure narcissistic, spoiled bullshit.
Well, see,
And he
that's
brings bad karma, like kind of bad vibes, right? Just having someone like that around you is bad. Like it's nothing good comes from that.
no, and literally, here's like the thing: what I've seen happen in the mob tube, right? I've seen a lot of good people who supported people be pushed away for this BS, and I'm like, but why would you do that to your good people? It makes no sense to me.
Well,
Like,
weak-minded. Listen, there's some people that are very impressionable, and if a powerful personality comes along, a lot of personalities can take other over other people and make them do things. And it's just it's a weak personality and a follower. Maybe being a follower, weak personality, or just got green eyes for the money, right? Maybe that's it. Who knows? Oh,
yeah,
there's Fumble there. They
yeah,
hold on. They use the music store address for everything. Their dad is a scumbag. Oh, I believe it. And like I don't know if you heard what I was saying. They literally these two cowardly sons put their father in the crosshairs and let daddy almost fight their battles. What, like I said, what if Fumble wasn't a nice guy and he knocked the fucking old father out, right? Like their sons would have caused that. Those are two cowardly men right there. Two very cowardly men to use that address, say come fight me, and then hide behind the drum set or whatever the fuck they're at, right? That's disgusting. I would never put my family in that crosshair ever.
no, I would tell you to meet me somewhere in public. I would
Yeah.
even tell you to meet me at my house. I'd be like, let's meet somewhere, and I'd know a place where the popo ain't gonna show up, because everybody knows in your town you have specific areas. Everybody knows that's where you can throw down if you had to throw down, right?
Yes.
Everybody knows that you have this one corner store that nobody's there, or there's this one park, or something like that, right? Um, and I wouldn't go to anybody's house either, and I'm gonna explain to you why. You step on somebody's property, like let's say down here, we have open carry and we have stand your ground. If you step foot in someone's property down here and you mean them harm, they have every right to take you out this world.
Yeah, well, they know pick their they know not to go to certain places and do that, right? Yeah, Kane Shades, me and my buddy Kane here in about a few weeks we're gonna do a like once a month we're gonna do like a true crime stream, and I want to do it on the Dylan Rounds case. So me and my buddy here watched a few things on it. It's fascinating, but you're right. You don't tell people to come. I would never. Let's say if I lived with my mother or something. I live alone, but let's say if my God forbid if my stepdad died, either me or my little brother would have to move in with my mother, right? It's just the way it goes. So let's say that happened, God forbid. If I lived with my mother, I wouldn't tell people to come fight me at my mother's house or come meet me. Who the hell would do that? Anybody trying to fight people off the internet is stupid, anyways. In case of like Fumble's thing, like anybody to go defend grieving mothers and people getting tortured like that over a Jim Terry guy deserves a fucking medal. But to fight somebody over some argument is stupid. But this guy get people wanting to go beat this guy's ass. I totally get that. I totally fucking get that. Who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't want to go beat someone's ass who tortures people's children and just a pure fucking doxing scumbag, the lowest form you can find on the internet, literally. What do you say? Not sure the father is innocent. Not to create a scumbag with Jim Mark. Yeah, I don't know shit about the dad, but he's an old man. You can't hit an old guy, right? You can't do nothing to that guy. But yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't grab his sons by the ear and be like, "What the fuck are you doing? I got dudes coming to my music store to fight yous, and why aren't you cowards here to fight them?" Let's break this down real quick. Pissant is a vampire or something who knows the last time stuff. Plus, he's forever snow. I don't know what that is. I thought that was about the Fenoy Terry guy or whatever. But yeah, I wonder what the father said to them afterwards, right? He must have said, "Hey, like, what the fuck's going on? Why are there people coming here?" Right? I wonder what they said to the father.
It
They
was
think they probably
they
thought nobody was going to come, right?
probably, and it was probably those things where people will say, "Oh, come meet me," but the never person never shows up, right?
Yeah.
They don't expect anybody to say, "Yeah, I will," and there are some people that will say, "Yeah, I will." And
But here's my point. I mean to cut you off, but like, if you're like, "Hey, fuck you, Charlie. I hate you. Come fight me. I'm coming to fight you." You're not gonna believe that, and neither am I. But if I'm making fun of your deceased children and all that shit, then you better believe someone's gonna come to your house and fight with you. You like shit. That's very possible.
yeah, Mr. MRB, we're totally gonna like hand slap it over a cookie.
No, you know what I mean, though, right? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Here's the thing, like it's gonna you're most people are not going to just fight for dumb reasons, especially when we're older, right? Because
yeah,
first off, we all know one simple thing: nobody truly wins in a fight. You can beat somebody's butt, but you're going to be sore the next day. Your hand's going to be hurting. You know what I'm saying?
so
So
that's some of that's kind of worth it, though.
yeah, it's worth it when you get like if there's a good reason,
If there's a good
right?
reason, yes. If there's a good reason, but like someone just calling you a shithead or I hate your content or your channel sucks, I'm not gonna go fight with nobody
Yeah,
over
why would you
that.
fight? That's what I'm saying. Like you're like, no, that's not worth it. Because like I know I might hurt my hand, and you're not worth it. But then somebody like does something like that to you, that's more worth it. When they mess with your children, they mess with your family, they mess with innocent people, right? Then you're like, I'll take that broken hand.
Yeah. And that could, like I said, could have happened, right? Like those two guys. Oh, what if he was a psycho who killed, unalive the father, right? Like when you mess with people, like you said, you mess with somebody's family. Maybe somebody loses it and goes there and ices the guy out. God forbid. I don't wish that on nothing, nobody. But like
Yeah, I
when
don't
you're out
wish
there
that on
doing
nobody.
his kind of shit, the shit that guy does, man, prepare for someone to come and try to fucking harm you, right? Like it's inevitable.
I'm gonna say this: there's so many people out there. Like you never know if a person is watching. Don't even have to be involved, so you don't even know this person, or it's a person who chats who doesn't go under their real name and could be anybody, right?
Yeah,
And you say something just the wrong way, and it really rubs them the wrong way, and they could be a psychopath.
very
And all
true.
it takes is that one person.
Yeah.
And messing with people's families, messing with children, the deceased, the disabled, so on and so forth, it could lead to a very bad situation. And God forbid, I don't wish that on anybody. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
neither do I.
I
I.
don't
I don't
wish.
wish death on nobody. I do. I would like to see those two guys catch a beating for messing with these people, dead people. You know, that would be justice for them to catch a beating. You know, a couple punches in the face or something. I don't wish death on nobody though. But somebody will beat those guys' asses. Trust that. There's gonna be other fumbles out there and shit like that are gonna come across them one day. Like you can't come on YouTube or any on the internet messing with dead people and shit without somebody tuning you up one day. It's inevitable.
Look what Miss Heidi just said.
Yeah, I know. Just the last two people were shot on Canal Street, New Orleans, due to some beef. One died over YouTube. Yeah, there's been a lot of that. I heard family members are trying to sue YouTube because their kids are fighting off of it and shit. It's all over YouTube. You know how many different fucking communities? There's billions of people on this YouTube, of people fighting and trying to meet each other and all this weird shit. Real sick shit. Oh, and IG Heidi.
I mean, it's very similar though if you think about it. I mean, we do the same thing here that they do on IG. They do these lives. They say these things. Come meet me. Give out addresses, and I'm gonna say this. Please, no one ever do that. Because that could be very, very dangerous. Because not only are you giving the address to that person, but that person could spread it. Not to mention, if you say it, let's say we say it in a format like this, right, where everybody within listening ears can hear it, then you're giving the entire world your address, which in fact, that's why I also do not like doxing. Because what if, let's say, Lord
I hate
forbid,
doctors.
people give that information, and let's say there's an 80-year-old woman that lives there, children that live there, and let's just say some crazy decides to come do some pow pow drive through kind of situation, and
Yeah.
innocent people are now involved. That's why I don't like the doxing and the things like that and all that stuff. It's because you're putting not just the person you're beefing with in danger. You're putting every person in their life in danger. There could be a baby in that house.
Yeah, somebody could throw a rock through a window, hit a little kid in the fucking playpen, God forbid. Anybody that is giving their address up to come fight, or these two brothers giving their dad's music store, like they're fucking idiots, man. And then the cowards don't even go there. It's like, why tell someone to come fight you at your father's store, and you're not even there? Your poor dad has to deal with it. Like, I don't know the father or nothing, but like, if he raised them two lowlives and thinks what they do is good and he's proud of them, he's got to be a bust out, right? He's
When
got to be a bum.
when when I was younger and we used to do stuff like that, like come meet me in the street or something, like that, we were sitting there ready at the time we said. Some of us showed up 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour early. We were sitting there waiting on each other. And when we threw our hands, and then whoever got. Then we would go, eat together. Maybe it depended on how far the other person went, right? If it was just you know, a word type situation that didn't mean nothing, there was possibility back in the day. I've seen people buy each other beers after the fact.
Yeah, yeah. If it's a dumb thing, they get to fight over something stupid, But when it comes to messing with dead people's families and missing kids and shit,
Oh no, I've seen people like that get jumped by multiple people, not just a one-on-one type situation, like carloads of people, and that situation is way more dangerous because, like I've said, what if somebody was off the deep end? What if somebody was crazy enough to do something? You don't know when you do these things, right? You just
well,
because you
his
think you
guy's
know
got
a
a
person.
he says it really well. I just enjoy watching these gumps. These are kids that got bullied through school, did nothing but tuck tail and run. Now they can LARP as tough guys online. It's adorable. That is so true. Because if you look at those two beta clowns, they had to get abused in school, man. They had to, right? And but just hate everybody, right? Because who does that kind of shit on the internet? Honestly, sit up there and say you got people's fucking phone numbers, addresses, family, fucking sick. Those people are never to be trusted. Those kind of those doxing types and people willing to give. What they do is they try to befriend you, learn things about you, and then as soon as you fight with them, they hold it over your head and try to out you for it. Fucking clowns.
Yeah, they will try. A lot of them will try to get you to call them or give phone. Don't ever
Yeah,
give.
never give your
Mm,
phone numbers out or call
mm,
people on here. It's the dumbest
mm.
thing to do.
Be
I've seen.
very
I've lost.
cautious.
Listen, I got 85 people in here. There should be another 30 in here who all got docs. Normally 30, like around 30 people don't watch no more because they gave their numbers out or people found out who they were. They trusted somebody. So many people that happened to. When you on social media, don't expect one-on-one. They're coming to beat your ass. Talking about yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah. If you're on social media, fuck with people's dead families. Don't think you deserve a one-on-one. You better be prepared for a couple of dudes tuning you up, right? Like, and that will go for anybody. If anybody comes on here and attacks people's, like I started the channel and I call out these lies of mafia rats or would-be mob rats or whatever shit like that. But I've never attacked their children. I never put up their families or did weird shit like that, right? Dox them or nothing. I just made fun of their words and their bullshit lies, right? I'm sure if I put out family members and shit, people wouldn't have liked me. They would have thought I was a scumbag. And eventually somebody would have cracked my head open for doing that.
Yeah, because I mean, here's the thing: you can show somebody else's words if they have a history on YouTube. You can show, like things that they've actually done. Like proof of things, right? You don't have to sit there and disparage the innocent people that have nothing to do with the situation whatsoever. Like I wouldn't put anybody's actions on someone else.
No, what you do is you just show their hypocrisy, right? There's a lot of these morons out here where, like 2 months ago, they were saying one thing and now they're saying another. It's so easy, right? To catch these morons in contradictions and stuff. Like, that's how you really defeat somebody at this game, right? It's a war of words and intellect. It's not doxing and all that shit, right? To make somebody really look stupid, you show them as hypocrites, right? Show them as
In
hypocrites, make them look foolish.
in my sector, if you get to that point, they say you've already lost because you can't handle words, that you have nothing else to say or do. So if you have went to that level, then you yourself have lost because you can't do a back and forth, you can't do a beef,
Yep.
right? So that's what is said in my sector. Now I don't know how different sectors do different things, but
Well,
in
no,
my
you're
area,
right. You can't battle with words and wits, right? And you got to go to screaming and threatening. You lost already. You lose. You don't have the wits or the mental capacity to fucking have a verbal, intellectual combat battle or whatever you want to call it, right? So they just start screaming like fucking children or making threats. They
yeah,
can't
that's like,
debate you.
I've had like back and forth with people, and it was always kept online. Like we talk crap about each other back and forth, and then eventually either one of us get bored and we move on to whatever else we're doing, or so on and so forth. Um, you know, like it's always a wit of the words and reading somebody for the truth, not falsities.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, watch someone for a little bit, see their hypocrisy, and then play both videos. Well, I played like some, for instance, somebody says they love the New York Yankees today, but 2 months ago they were a Mets fan, right? You show that and make them look like a fool. Like I always on here. I've always said it. Like once you go looking up people's families, it's you lose right there. It's a rat move. It's a coward move. It's weak.
Mr. MRE, I want to thank you for having me. I'm supposed to get off here and go night night. My
Yeah,
new
have a great
puppy
one.
dog, she's doing well. I don't know if you've seen my streams, but we rescued a pup about 2 weeks ago now. She's just running in the middle of the road. We've tried to
Yeah, I
find her
heard you
owner.
talking
Nobody,
about that.
nobody came for her. Her little sides. I think somebody dumped her because she's a pup. She's a puppy, and she's a female, and they like to dump females. Her little sides was showing she had ticks all over her, all kind of things. I got all the ticks off of her, and she's fattened up now. Her sides are big, and she's in bed right now, being a precious little angel.
Nice. Good job for you, and God bless that dog.
Make sure that you give Rocco my love from me, and y'all have a good night. Thank
I
you
will.
all.
I'll light that candle tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Mr. MRE.
All right. God
Bye.
bless you. Later. Yeah. No, that's true. You fuck around with people like that, and you will get someone at your dad's music store. Man, they weren't embarrassed though. I would have loved to have been a fly in the wall when that father told them, "Hey, there was some dude here looking to punch your head in. Where were you two cowards? We were in the back room, Dad, under the blankets. We were under the blankie." Fucking father probably gave him a binky. Fucking two clowns. Those are my two sons. I would have slapped the dog shit out of them. I would have slapped the dog shit out of them. So get out there and fight the guy, you fucking clown. I don't cause trouble on the internet. They were dry humping each other's legs. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what they were doing. They were calling the cops on. Of course, call the cops on them. Call the cops. Fumble's outside. He's gonna get me. Little Red Jimmy Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. Fucking chooches, man. If I was those guys, I would stop doing what they're doing and probably apologize to people, especially the families they tortured. Maybe someday somebody wouldn't punch their head in. Because what if they went there that day? They would have caught a vicious beating. What do you mean? He's like Dirk. He says he was a kicker. What was he, a kicker or a team? A kicker for what? Like an indoor football league or something? Yeah, Daddy, go get the bad man Fumble. Fumble is here, and he's going to kill me. Fumble's outside, Dad. He's going to give me a knuckle sandwich. Two embarrassments. Wow, I don't know who raises these fucking people. The father gave the video of my daughter. And in the store, the first time I went, they talked smack on my daughter, and there are no apologies anymore. I don't blame you. You want to fuck with somebody's daughter? Well, Deal with some maniac coming to punch your head in. Not a maniac, a father looking for some get back, right? Don't fuck with someone's kid. Indoor football. What is that? Sort of like a Canadian League style football? All right, place kicker for indoor football, even in the first 4 divisions. Yeah, I don't know much about that. Collapse drunk. And the lines, yeah, and then line arena football. It's another sport for lesbian. It shows him and Ellen DeGeneres in the huddle. It's what do you mean a pay to play? Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, Team Ellen. Go, Ellen, go. Oh my God. Wait, place Norse code says place kickers don't even play football. How TF did miss that kick? It's his only job. Oh, I did see that. The kick. Yeah, he missed the kick. The big loser. That was funny. Yeah, not too happy. Not too happy about that. Like I said, the guy I wanted, Carlo Maria Vigano, he was excommunicated from the church for calling out pedos. So, Harry was a career 70% on point after attempts. Is that good or bad? I don't know. 70%. Arena football is for those who never qualified for the NFL. It's like Pop Warner for adults. It's still probably fun to play, right? But yeah, if you're playing it, don't act like you're Tom Brady, right? Like, not hating on nobody who does play that sport, but don't act like you're Tom Brady if you're in like a Pop Warner fucking league. Oh, 70's terrible? Gotcha. Oh, so he was terrible at it. Well, I showed him, didn't he fall on his face? Oh, he's a big simp, too. He's a thirsty little simp. Yeah, well, they pull the Durkee. Yeah, they explain it like they're like some NFL fucking great. That's the insecurity. That's the kid getting bullied in school. When they stuck his head in the urinals and wedgied him and shit. He has to make up for that. Like, what's his name said? The LARPing shit. That's so true. At least he's an American. Well, I see, I don't care about that. He's an American, but is he a good American or a bad one? Is he a leftist? So being an American really don't mean nothing. I'm more care what's his beliefs on the church and all that stuff. He's another lefty moderate, though. He's one of Francis's guys. He made all of them. He made 2/3 of those Cardinals and kicked all the other Cardinals out. All the right-wing Cardinals got booted, like Vigano. What they did to Carlo Maria Vigano, Cardinal Vigano, excommunicated him. You get it. This is good. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not about a fairy pro football career. Like Jiffy saying he played pro hockey. Yeah, similar to the Jiffy, probably. LARPing, live action role play. Live action role play. LARPing. That's what it is. Like Tig. How Tig came on here and said he had a purple heart and he was in the Hells Angels. He was role playing. Live action role playing. It's like if I was to tell you I was an astronaut. Hey, I'm floating right now, guys. I'm drinking a Capri Sun in outer space. I'm looking at Mars right now. I'm LARPing. If I told you I was a baseball player. Yeah, I just talked to Cal Ripken today. Played Jim never played at historical black college? He went there for a semester, ended up at Long. He must have got the shit kicked out of him. Lambda style. What was he, Lamar? Jesus. Renaissance. It's like Juggalo festivals. Meets Juggalo meets Renaissance. He was with the. Did he say that? Did he really say that? He was at the Denver Broncos. Yeah, it would be. It is a destruction of our Catholic faith, of all Christianity. Did he really say he played for the Denver Broncos? Why would you say that? Why would you say you played arena football? Why lie? Like, people are always going to find out. Wait, they're into fake wrestling? That's where they get their catchphrase. They probably grew up like Cable Guy, but instead of watching TV, they were watching wrestling their whole life. Like, they're in KFAB. Those fucking guys. That's where he met Paps. That's where Paps met him. That's where Paps found him on the stroll. He found him on the strip in Las Vegas, Hohen. That's where Papsy found him. Yeah, I wasn't surprised at the wokeness, Real Housewife. Sitting on what? Sitting on what? I didn't see what they said. He was with the What? See, yeah, what a bullshitter. What a retard. With the Broncos. And then when people find that out, what is your excuse, right? Like, give me a break. Menzel the bar. Wait, probably seen Johnny Menzel in a bar? Brought the Fairy Sisters. Yeah, he's like the son of Paps. He's probably Paps's kid. It's probably Paps's bastard child. Literally. Feeling woke. What's Paps? It's a very old, dirty talking character. I'll show you. I'll introduce you to Paps this week. Now we got what's it? Wait, Dark Side of the Ring. What is that? Hey, that's about the Bret Hart and stuff. Never got credit for a Dark Side of the Ring. Ain't to do it. Was he wait, how would he have anything to do with that? What was he doing with wrestling? I don't get it. Never got credit for Dark Side of the Ring. Why would he get credit? He's not a wrestler. Was his father or uncle a wrestler? Never accused any play. Never gave an excuse. He never gave an excuse for it. He's just like Trambo, full of shit. Yeah, shit. I've been Hyman's trophies winners. They got more NFL than they could do. He has been many other dark ring. Yeah, wouldn't that? Well, how would he be on a dark side of the ring? I don't get it. Is he related to a football? I mean, he said he investigated Jake the Snake Sister's murder. Get the fuck out of here. He's a pure bullshit artist. He claimed to be a PI for the show. Works for Vice News. Yeah. And guess what? You know, I'm related to Omar Gaddafi. Yeah. Derek Jeter's my nephew. Yeah, I might leave it up for a little while. Wow, he's Trambo and Phoebe in one. Wow, and guess what? Julia Roberts was my next door neighbor. Wow. Sonny and Cher are both my third cousins. That's fucking nuts. I knew you were Putin's eldest son, you son of a bitch. I knew it. Yeah, wow. How many fucking... Jake the Snake's sister? He investigated. This guy's out of his mind. You can't make this shit up, Bears. You really can't. Like, imagine putting Trambo, the Fairy Brothers, and Phoebe in the same room. Phoebe changed his live show to the... What's his live show about? Today's the 8th. Was Fibby going to plan how he's going to kill the cheesesteaks? He's a journalist like Kitten for Vice. Haha. Fumble, there was no mystery to the murder of Jake the Snake's sister. Another JT lie. She was killed by her ex-husband. Wow. So he just makes up these lies, and obviously these fucking dopes believe him. No way you lie. Oh my god. What a sick fuck. He must have shit his pants when his father told him that Fumble was outside. That changed to the 11th now. They were speaking with someone who has no business talking about him on a live show. I wonder who he's talking about. Probably Spanky again. That made it easy to fact check. Yeah, the internet's too easy now. You can't say you're a baseball player on the Seattle fucking Mariners without someone checking it. I played for the New York Islanders back in the 80s. Like, no, you didn't, liar. You played in your mother's basement, stupid. You played Hide from Uncle Phil. Fucking sicko. He's probably a plushophile. And he's probably a plushophile. Well, I told you, one of those brothers looks just like Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. They look like very, I'm not trying to be like mean, but they look like very like nerdy WASP kids, like real weak beta, like real weak kids, like real weak. And dishing more dirt on Josie. I don't understand why she's even fighting with Josie. That's ridiculous. It's the coward's way out, basically. It's like I said, it's the bully who's punching you, but you don't want to fight the bully, so you go pick a fight with like the small kid or someone who was your friend or someone nice who's not going to be vicious to you. It's all drama and mentally ill shit on here, man. We've seen these people. We've seen this shit for 4 years on here with these people always fighting with people, but say they don't want to fight with people. It's insane. It's insanity. It's mentally ill. So the dad, all right, this sounds interesting. All right, so the dad was kind of like his sons, arrogant. Did he apologize for them or listen to your grievance towards them? Interesting question, Teresa. Shout out to Billy and Doc. Tell Chavez he's got a great knife. No, he said the dad was an asshole. Who's Fibby all mad at? I wonder who Fibby's angry with. Yeah, we should talk about Fibby. Lee, Cole, Sympathy, Hagen, off poor brother. Yeah, he's known for that, though. He's known for it. Doc and his poems. One more poem from Doc, and we're going to blow his blonde head or pop, man. I'm so sick of him writing fucking poetry. All to that little girl, Ling Ling. She's got a benefactor, for Christ's sakes, right? She's got a benefactor. I'm from Providence! That hurts my voice. No, he didn't apologize. He actually doubled down. So did you explain to them, like, you got a minute to come on? Are you busy, Fumble? If I drop the link, could you come on and explain for a sec? Are you busy? So the dad wasn't like, you told the dad, like, hey, your sons are doing this and that. What was he like? You're a liar. Get the fuck out of here. Not my boy. He didn't do nothing. My boy didn't do nothing. He a good boy. My little boy, good boys. They good little boys. They don't do nothing. Was he a tenderfoot? He's such a tenderfoot. Those. Yeah, the father should at least been like, all right, if somebody's willing to come and try to beat my son up, maybe I should listen to him, and maybe my sons are doing some fucked up shit. Maybe he's just like them. Maybe he's a jerk off like them. Maybe some old grandpa of one of the people that his son tortured should go knock him out, right? Or install air condition. Stupid old man, then. Stupid old dude. Right? Like, you got people coming there to whoop your son's ass. You might want to tell your sons to stop doing what they're doing. Well, like I said, one day they're gonna get caught by somebody out there if they keep doing all that creepy shit. Like that. What's up, Carol? The old man is a jerk off. Also seems so. If you didn't even like hear him out, right? Like, be interested of like, hey, dude, why are you here trying to fight my kids, right? Like, well, if they were my kids, not saying it's fault, then command them. Yeah, if those were my kids, I'd be like, did you do it? And I'd make them apologize. Like, if you're like, hey, kid, you can't be fucking with dead people. Apologize to these people, right? Like, shit. Like, hey, why is this guy here to fight you? Well, we made fun of their dead children and stuff. Like, what? What did you do? Go apologize to the guy right now. I'll go fucking fight the guy, right? Don't hide behind the drum set, hugging each other with a Capri Sun in one hand and a binky in the other. Oh, so deadbeat. That doesn't surprise me. Probably, like I said, a hatred towards women. Most likely. Sort of like the Rippo. They have massive hatreds towards women. Sick people. That's for sure. Meowie wowie. Yeah, where's Ken? Why ain't why ain't Freedom Fighting Saving Private Ryan Kitten all over? Where's Kitten? Where's Kitty Cat? Like, where's Kitty? Captain America over there. He's probably in a basement wearing just his tighty whities watching an A-Light video. Whatever Capri somewhere that's going the other. I don't really hate women usually end up in the pump house. Yeah, girl, and this is a good point. And just another selective outrage Libby. You said that right. You're 100% on that. He's dragging his ass on the litter box. He's probably dragging his ass on his mother's carpet with all fecal matter and little kitty litter box stuff on him. Chris, what are you doing on the floor? What are you doing there sitting on the floor? I'm cleaning my ass, man. Fucking sick incel. Yeah, they are, Uncle Edwin. They are totally mentally ill. And so are the people who fucking platform them. They really are. It's platforming evil. Yeah, I can drop the link. I'm not going to let no one else on but him. So anybody else tries to pop on, I'm going to ignore you. Like the ugly girl at the fucking school dance. You're going to get ignored. As I get the Lou. John. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. Where comes Little Red Riding Hood? Yeah, I seen that thing he made. That was funny. I think this is him. Fumble, that you?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
Not much, man. How you doing?
No, I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so if you can't hear me or something, man, just let me know. I can not used to doing it on here.
Yeah, now, what happened when you went down there? Like, can you tell the story? Like, I'm kind of curious with the dad and the whole thing, and what made you go and all that.
Well, what started it all is that that dude they hang out with, Johnny Yarbrough or whatever his name is.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, well, he's a gay dude or whatever, and like none of that. But they came, and he's slow. He's challenged for sure. Yeah. And they came at him really hard, and I just called in to tell that dude Johnny, hey man, it's all good. You don't need them. They're just They do the same thing to everybody's channel they're on. And this was like 3 years ago, roughly. So I said, you don't need them, man. Don't even worry about them, whatever. Well, Jim comes on the show and starts talking all kinds of shit, of course. And then he says, well, where's that Fumble Nuts guy? Why don't he call in? Why don't he call in? Because I guess he's used to people, maybe he's used to people backing down or being afraid, whatever it is. But I called in, and as soon as I did, man, he started with the threatening. I'll kick your ass. You're a piece of shit. Oh, you live in this county in Florida. That's all meth heads. These are these, so he's just talking shit. And I was like, dude, I'll meet you. He said he was in Florida at the time. I was like, I'll meet you anywhere right now, dude. We could do this. Well, it was all, well, call me first. Call me first. I'm not calling you, because all he wanted was the phone number and stuff.
Oh, so he was trying to get you to call him so he can get your phone number.
Absolutely. Yep. Which eventually that guy, Johnny, gave it to him because, he was a piece of shit. But so it just kept going from there. And then so I started going on that guy, Johnny's show. I never wanted to be I never wanted to be on YouTube. I was the guy that just liked watching true crime shit, hanging out in the chats, bullshit, and whatever. So so I started going on this guy, Johnny's show. Well, he started giving Johnny all this grief about it, like having me up there. He was doxing everything about his life, calling his mom, calling all of his family, everybody. So I was like, screw this. I'll make my own show. Well, in the meantime, somebody gave him all of my information, and he doxed me. And he thought he was just going to break me because he doxed my criminal record and all this stuff. And like I've done some shitty shit. I'm not going to lie to anybody. Regret it.
Nobody's perfect.
But I have grown tremendously since then. And you're talking 20 years ago, whatever. So I'm a different man now. But anyways, it just kept going on and on and on about this. So when was it? 2 weeks later, after the first time I was on Johnny's show, he kept with that. Yeah, nobody has the balls to go to my dad's store when it's open. Nobody will ever show up. And this is, like I said, 2.5, 3 years ago, whatever. Nobody has the balls to go to my dad's shop and show up and stuff. And I was like, you're wrong. So I went over there and I actually went in his dad's store, shook his dad's hand. I was like super polite, bought guitar strings for my youngest son there because, and paid with cash, all that. Well, they lost their friggin' minds over this because their dad said, well, there was some guy that came in here. His name was Chris. And I gave him a fake last name, of course. But anyway, his name was Chris. And he came in here and they lost their friggin' minds. So they were looking on his YouTubes or on his cameras and stuff, trying to get my tag number off my truck and all this stuff. Well, they had called Ruben because Ruben was actually he would go on their panel every now and then with the Terry boys. So they called Ruben like scared. Like, who is this guy? We need to know. And so they're losing their mind.
I don't mean to cut you off. Do they live near there, or why were they giving their father's thing out? Do they live near the dad, or no? Or different states?
Well, nobody knows where. Well, Jim doesn't think anybody knows exactly where he lives. We have some good ideas. And
why would he give out his dad's real address, though? He just didn't think nobody was going to go there.
Yeah, he thought because some what's that guy named Jonathan or JLR? Jim went after him too before, and he's pretty big on YouTube now, I guess. But Jim went after him before, and that guy went down there when the store was closed and walked in front of it, showed Jim's criminal record and all this stuff. So I went, but anyways, he was like, nobody will show up when I'm not there, whatever. So the reason they give out their dad's address is because every business, everything they have, if you look up Jim, any of them, their dad's business address is everybody's address.
Really?
I mean, the whole family. It's crazy. It blows my mind, man.
So that tells me that daddy's a nurturer. So they must live with daddy, or very close to daddy. They must go to that store a lot then.
Well,
I'm guessing.
The reason I went the last time is because the No Chin brother was down here, and he won't ever give you a time or a place. He just says, well, I'm going to be in Florida in 6 months or whatever. And I begged for a time and a place because it's worth it to me. Because I know when I know I'll get right out. So it's just worth it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, especially after all the shit they've talked. But anyways, in the meantime of all this, I met the mothers that he had trashed. So then this channel went from me just being like this disgruntled dude that wanted to trash this dude to these. So I start meeting these mothers and like Ashley Martin and the Candace Cooley, Candace Howard, all these people, and they're amazing people. And you
So
realize
after you hearing their stories and shit, you're like, wow, these people are more evil than I ever thought.
Yes. And they actually trusted me with a lot of stuff, you know? And I have phone call. I have so much stuff that they've given me just because they're like, man, forget. And Ashley Martin's still looking for her son. And Candace Cooley was looking for her son at the time. And in the meantime, this guy's making everything so hard for them. Like I contacted several podcasts for Ashley Martin to try to get them to put her son's story out there. Alex Easterling is her son. He's still missing. And to get his name out there, but they won't mess with it because of the drama that comes with this guy.
Wow. So Jim actually fucked up by harassing this lady and her son, missing kid. No one wants to deal with the case, right?
Yep. And because he had a habit and all this stuff, it just made him the lowest. And he just drugged these people around so bad. And even the Dylan Rounds thing, you know, he was a gay kid. He was this, he was that.
Yeah,
that's
he's kid. Gay. Yeah, I've seen. Me and my friend Kane Shades are gonna do a true crime thing on the Dylan Rounds kid. Yeah, he wasn't gay or nothing. That's terrible to say that. Like, come on, why would you do that to some kid and his grieving mother? You got to be heartless to do that shit. I don't know who the other person is though. The Kayla who you just mentioned.
Alex Easterling.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Yeah, he's it's Ashley Martin's mother. She's an amazing woman. And
what did they do to her? What did they do the same thing? Like, we're gonna try to help you find a kid and all that. Yep.
Actually, tomorrow I'm gonna play. There's some phone calls that I have between her, Jim, and Ashley, Bob, one of Jim's guys, and I were on the phone together. There's a lot of stuff and you can just see how he plays. It's what he's done his whole life. We have clips from 2008 or actually 2005, I think was one of there's stuff from 2005 where this guy was doing the same thing. Like when people in the Arena Football League, whatever they were, the EIFL or something like that, I think is what it was. When they would talk shit about him, you know, busting his ass and he couldn't play football, he sucked, whatever. They would actually go. They told one guy that they were gonna sodomize his wife, and I mean, like, it's real stuff. And Jim, and they have ROs, they have all this stuff on them too.
How many restraining orders do they have on them, you think?
I think the last time Jim, the last I knew of was 4 or 5.
Wow.
And
so
smart and
4 or 5 restraining orders on him.
And the brother, they actually hide. The brother actually hid from service on the one I know for sure, where he was harassing his ex-girlfriend's grandmother who was in the hospital.
Jesus. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And this is all stuff we have. It's proof, you know, because I don't just talk out of my ass.
No, you said you're going to play the things tomorrow. I dropped your channel link so people watch tomorrow on his channel. I can't believe he called her. He had a girlfriend. They broke up, and he called and tortured the grandma. Wow.
Yes. In the hospital. Well, she was in the hospital. So, yeah. Just that's just the shady shit they do. And they think, well, you know, like them when they were telling Angel that, hey, we got MRH's channel took down and I didn't even get a thank you. That's the kind of shit that they say. Like,
yeah,
no, nobody's going to. That's not what people do. That's not what men do. I know that.
No. That's rat shit. That's cowardly. Like, we took a channel down. You should thank us. Like,
yeah, it's candy. Yeah, I mean, that's just not something I would like pride myself on. Like, man, I really got them. I'm a shit talker, man. And I'll make videos. I'll shit talk. I will, but I'm not going to bring people into it. That I'm just not going to do that. I'm not. And don't get me wrong, I've doxed a few people. I've done some dumb shit on here. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not. I haven't done what they've done, even close.
Yeah, well, people listen. People come on. They'll make mistakes. They might dox somebody, but then they admit they're wrong. They don't do it again, right? Like you can understand that, right? People do not shop to YouTube, whatever. Come on, do it. And then they realize it's wrong. Don't do it again. When you have the habitual doxes, right? The habitual people looking people up, doing that shit, like. It's sick.
And that's their only get back right there. My get back is like, I'll make fun of them. I'll make fun of whoever supports them. They're people, and that's just what I'm going to do. When they have people that platform them or put them, and I can't, I've left great people, good people, because they chose to be around other. I don't take that shit. I don't mess with that stuff at all.
Well, it's called integrity. It's called that you have integrity. And you're not going to pal around with anybody who's platforming these demons who fuck with dead people. That's something you should be proud of.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. But the last instance when I went to the store, that's when the brother was down here and he was talking all this shit about nobody ever shows up or whatever. Well, I went to the flea. I'll play. I got those videos too. But I went to the flea market he was at first, and walked around. I even asked people if they saw anybody in pantyhose, just fucking off. And he wasn't there. And then I went to the store and hung out there for 15, 20 minutes. Well, then as I'm leaving, I see cops like driving around. I'm like, these motherfuckers called the cops on me. So I go to cross the street because I parked in the other parking lot, and and I was in my wife's car. I was in all these, I just did so many things different than I did last time because I knew I didn't want cars towed and all this stuff. But
so what was when you went there and the father, did you try to say, listen, sir, when he came out and confronted you, knowing that you're not there to buy things, you're there to fight with his sons, did you say, hey, listen, your sons are doing this and that? What was his excuse with that? Well,
here's the catch. It was on a Sunday. The store's closed on a Sunday. But the brothers, their big thing is, we'll only meet up on Sundays because you can't get served on a Sunday. And they didn't want me to get served with any papers on a Sunday. There ain't nobody trying to serve me with anything.
And that makes no sense. Wait, they don't want to fight you on a Sunday because they're worried about
No, they will only meet on a Sunday. Well,
what the fuck?
On the Lord's Day. Let's do this.
What are they, missionaries or something? Like?
I know, man.
Yes, we only meet you on a Sunday at 9:00. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, let's just come out there and beat your ass. But yeah.
They must have been terrified.
But the store was closed. Dude, I was legit just walking up and down the sidewalk talking shit, hoping, because I knew that Mark was down here, and I was like, hoping he would show up. Well, he never did.
Was in the state. He could have came down there, stuck up for his father, because like I was saying before, what if you were some nut who laid the dad out, right? Knocked him the fuck out, or anything, right? Strangling piano wire, anything like that. What if you were some psycho who did that? The cowardly son brought that on his people without even going there to defend his dad. What a coward. Right.
Well, he's the one, and they kept saying, well, Fumble drove 30 miles the wrong direction when he could have went this. No, I didn't know where they were because they know. I even put on my community post and tagged Mark in it and put drop a pin, drop a pin. And then he comes up with the excuse, I don't know how to drop a pin. Man, it's 2025. Everybody knows how to drop a pin, bro. So, but he never did that either. But then the cops showed up, man. And these dudes, I got the 911 calls. Actually, one of my friends got me the 911 calls. I got the videos of me when I was interacting with the police and all this stuff. These dudes are telling them I'm looking in windows. I'm trying to get into a church. There's daycares and there's houses up and down it's all businesses, and it's a shithole around there actually. And it's just crazy. And his dad, I didn't see his dad until his dad came. His dad lives in the store or the trailer park behind the store. One of the two, because I called him out on that and then caught Jim in a lie there too, as well. So, the dad came out from behind the store. It's just crazy, dude. It's
And
just
what did he say? What did he do? Did you say like, hey, listen, your sons have been doing this bad shit?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, and that's what I said. I told the cops too. I was like, and he came over there, and the cop said, you want to talk to him or whatever. And he's like, no, I just want him trespassed. I want him trespassed. And I was like, you can't trespass me. The cops didn't see me over there, and they did verbally trespass me, which is a thing in Florida. But you can't trespass me from a sidewalk. You cannot. You can trespass me from the store. You cannot trespass me from the sidewalk. And I already talked to the cop that gave me the verbal trespass and all that stuff. And she's like, if you want to, you'll win easy. She said, I just wanted that dude to shut his mouth. And she's been really cool. She's actually helped me with a few things. But the pops came over there and he was hot. He was fired up. And I told him, I said, if you tell your sons the next time they put a picture of my daughter or me or any of my family members up on their thing, that I'm coming after your store. And then he's like, oh, is that a threat? And I said, no, legally, I'm going to come after your store.
Yeah.
And he's like, do whatever you want. And like stomped off. Well, he started coming at me and I was like, I'm not going to. And the cop like flipped open his taser and I was like, oh shit. Dude, that would have been the sweetest video to watch him get tased, dude. I'm not going to lie anyway. He's an old dude.
Doing the electric slide on the floor. Yeah, he's doing the centipede on the fucking ground. Right? Breakdance, Pappy, breakdance. Well, put
dude,
it
so sick.
They're doing that, right? He should have told his son, hey, listen, there's a guy outside wanting to fight. Whatever you're doing, stop your shit or go fight the guy and take care of your shit, right? Like,
yes.
Like, what the fuck?
Dude,
who would want that? And who would even, like I said earlier, who would ever bring that shit upon their father? Like, they don't love their father. They can't love their dad.
They don't. There's no way. And the Watcher of Crazy actually called the father one time and gave him her name, number, everything. Was not being a nasty person. And she explained all the stuff to the father. And the father goes, are you done? And she said, yes. And he just hung up on her.
Wow. Daddy enabler, literally.
Yeah.
So he sits there, listens to her whole thing, and just hangs up. He probably knows his kids are pieces of shit, but he's probably a piece of shit himself because he raised them, right? Usually the turd don't fall too far from the ass, Well,
you're talking about a grandfather, and I have grandkids. You're talking about a grandfather that threatened to call the cops on Jim's baby's mama because she was walking the baby in a stroller up and down their streets, and he didn't want to have to pass by that.
Wow.
And this is straight because we've even spoken to the baby mama.
Really?
Yes. So yes.
So the kids, why was she walking up and down the street, like trying to, like, hey, take care of your kid type of thing? Or
Well, no, she lived in the same neighborhood. It wasn't like she was trying to be.
Oh.
And Jim threatened her. She went to the door one time where the mom was and said, hey, do you want to meet your? No, we don't want nothing to do with that. I mean, that kind of. Yeah.
Cold. There's no way. Like, even if I was a scumbag and I had some kid I denied, my mother would kill me and she would do anything to get near her grandkids. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's weird. Yeah. The father just like, wow. That's some weird shit. They must live with him. They must be, for him to cover for them like that, they must be very close by, but they just don't want no one to know. I bet you they're very close by. Yeah.
Right. Almost guaranteed.
Yeah, daddy might put them up in like a little trailer or an apartment somewhere, something like that. And for them to drop the store all the time, that says that they are at that store a lot. And it's really stupid for them, like I said, no care of their own family, right? Telling people to come fight you, and then you hide. Like I said, what if you did punch the dad or did something crazy like that, right?
Yeah.
That would have been their fault.
Yeah, what if I was what if I was a lunatic? Like a lot of people in chat were saying, I mean, this stuff happens all the time.
Yeah.
There's crazy people out there. And if I didn't, 20 years ago, it would have been done. But they're just
knock the dad out. Listen, they're putting pictures up of, when you're putting pictures up of people's daughters and shit, you're gonna listen. A father has no problem with going to spend the weekend in the fucking prison and getting bonded out the next day for punching someone's face in who's dishonoring their children. Not everybody's so liberal with their family members.
Absolutely, 100%. My wife, my daughter, those are things that are just off limits.
Exactly.
And there's, I don't know, man. Family should be completely off of.
And
But
you
then
have
that,
videos on your channel, right? The one where you go there, I believe, right?
yes, I have that. I have the police interaction and all that stuff.
Oh man,
Yeah.
one day I gotta. Do you mind one day if I stream them? If I stream them on my channel one day?
No, dude, whatever I have, please. If it help, please just do it. Yes, absolutely, please.
All right, cool. And when I do it, I'll link your channel and give you a channel credit, obviously, right? Like,
No, I don't. That I just want the awareness out there, and I'm telling, and I do appreciate it because a lot of people have like.
A lot of people are scared. Look, you can't blame a lot of people, right? These guys are known for fucking with people's real lives, their families. Most people don't want to go through that shit or be put through that shit, and you really can't blame them, right? But there's always going to be a few people who just don't give a fuck and don't like that shit, right? And will stand up against it.
Yeah, and
I the guy I take you for.
Yeah, I don't care. And like I said, there's nothing I wouldn't do for my family, number one, but those mothers, like, there's nothing I wouldn't do for them either. And
yeah, that's heartbreaking. Those mothers being put through that shit, that's heartbreaking.
Yep. And like I said, they're great people. And one thing we accomplished along the way is bringing the heat somewhere else, if you know what I mean.
Yes, exactly. And spreading awareness. And yes, exactly. Bringing the heat somewhere else, because those people don't need that. They've been through enough trauma, right? And what the fuck? What do you think happened to this guy to make them do this, right? We had some childhood traumatization. What would make somebody torture missing children's families, right? Like even the cruelest trolls I've came across don't do that shit, right? Like that's some real cruel shit.
And I think like a lot of people hit on it in the chat, and all the chats actually is like they were bull. You know, they were bull. I can't find a single person in high school that remembers them. The younger brother graduated from a high school that had 7 people in it, and he brags about being the prom king.
The prom people, 7 people in your high school, and you're the king of the prom. Oh
7 people, yeah.
Angela says this guy sounds nothing like Jim described. What do you mean, like Jim described in the Fumble guy?
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, he hates me.
Oh well, you unmanned him, bro. You neutered him. You made him into a you took his nuts. Like I said, you took your wheelbarrow and your testicles all the way there, and you fucking unmanned those 2 beta males in front of their daddy. When their dad looks at them, he looks at them as little coozes, right? You know he's ashamed of that, like because he knows his kids are terrified and could have done something. Yeah, you totally unmanned them. Without a doubt.
Dude, that's hilarious. Yeah, I get. Yeah, he can't. Dude, that dude's called my office twice. He's called. I mean, just all this stuff, and none of that.
So what do they expect, right? Like, there's probably some people listening thinking Fumble's crazy, right? Wow, this guy's going down there. But listen, when you get your family messed with like that, people calling your job, and people torturing like innocent moms who lost children and missing kids. No, that guy's not a nut. The guy's a fucking hero, right? Like, I bet you those women and stuff whose families were tortured, glued to this guy's channel, just waiting for him to knock him on his ass. But they would never fight you, Fumble, and they would never meet you.
They'll never meet. No, they'll never meet anybody. They'll never. It's they're cop callers. It's already proven. They called 3 times. I think I had 3 phone calls from them that day. And Jim, one of them's Jim's father, and then Jim called back again wanting the case number so he could put it on his show. But I don't think they didn't take it. They jumped the gun really fast. It came and just started lying like crazy on somebody's show because their channels were gone already, and they didn't realize that I had recorded the whole interaction with the police and everything. So when we came,
my eyes got blown out of the water.
Oh, dude, we tore them up. We just tore
them. They look really bad, right? Like, here they are. You can't be Mr. Tough Guy and Mr. Cop Caller at the same time, right? They look ridiculous right now. And even the people that like them know they're bitches and they look ridiculous. Because you got a guy right here who went there and made them look like two coozes in front of everybody. Like, what's there? And they called the cops on top of it. It's like, well, stop telling people to come fight you, right? Like, shit.
Yeah. Quick, don't. Yeah. That's and me, and I'm sure you as a man, when if I'm telling somebody, come, I'm physically every time I go out the door, I'm gonna be like, is this bitch here right now? Because that's the kind of guy I am. Like if you tell me where you live and to come and get you, I'm gonna come there. You know what I mean?
Especially when they're attacking your daughter. It's not like, hey, like me and you right now got an argument like, hey, I hate your avatar. And you're like, hey, you're a bald asshole. I'm like, fuck you. We're not going to want to fight each other or kill each other over that, right? But when you're putting up people's friggin' daughters, calling their families, torturing all these people are going to want to beat you up for that shit, man.
Yes. Like, well, and that's the thing is like when he first doxed me, he called like all of my family members and stuff. And he talked to my older brother who raised me, and my older brother told him, "You would rather wipe a lion's ass than fuck with him." And that's when he was like, "Oh shit!" And he like back, but he still came back at it. You know what I mean?
Well, see, they're gonna play their tough guy role in the computer, but in real life, they're scared to death, right? You went down there and unmanned them and like clipped their nuts in front of their dad and the whole internet. Like, right, there's nothing they can say, right? Like, they were hiding and did not show up. Like, what cowards, man. And if you're built like that, if you're going to be an evil person like them, well, then you should go meet and fight the people, right? Leave people alone, one or the other.
Yeah, and that's what they've never paid the consequences for running that mouth. Nobody's ever popped them in the head really hard. And anybody who's ever been popped in the head really hard, you know how much that humbles you and how much it'll just bring you right back down to earth. And that's the thing is they've never had to pay. There's never been any repercussions for them.
Well, so, it almost happened recently. They better hope they don't keep doing what they do because eventually somebody will get them, right? It's a numbers game, right? You can sit on the internet for 10 years and do that. Eventually someone's going to, you're going to fuck with the wrong person's family. Somebody's going to get you. It's not where, it's when, like, right? It's going to happen. Someone's going to hurt one of those guys or anybody who does that kind of stuff.
Right. Absolutely. And they it's like you said, it's just a matter of time. And the Mark, everybody knows where he lives, but nobody wants to go to California. So I get that.
Go to California, right?
But Jim, he lives in a camper part time. We know this for a fact, and it's.
Well, his whole life, there's no way he works, right? If his whole life is looking people up and sitting on the internet, looking everybody up and all that, what the fuck? That's your social life. That's what he does for shits and giggles and for money, evidently. What a sad son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's exactly where they are. That's exactly where they live, right there. They live on the internet. If you go back, like, dude, I've pulled so much stuff on these people. There's no jobs for them at all. The only jobs that Jim has ever had is athlete recruiting services that he scammed. He scammed people out of money. He scammed high school kids out of money.
Yeah, I heard about that. The football stuff. Maybe that Sandusky guy worked with Jim and sniffed his socks. Maybe Jerry Sandusky fucking cornholed him. But yeah, if you're ripping kids off for like fucking football helmets, that guy's an all-around scumbag, boy.
Yeah.
Internet boy. He should go out and touch grass one day. He's got to feel grass on his feet, that motherfucker.
That's why they're so pasty, pale. Just they have nothing. There's nothing about them that anybody envies, wants to be, or any of that.
Well, they're not even funny neither. All they do is like fart jokes, sex jokes. Everything's about penises, talking dirty with ladies on stream. Like they just talk like a bunch of perverts. They're not funny. They're not entertaining. If you laugh at that, then you're like half a retard, right? Like it's weird.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, well, we have all these prank calls and I'm like, man, what are we doing right now? I don't even get that. That's not funny to me. Sitting up here like we're doing, this is the shit that I enjoy. This is the people, this is what I like to do. People make me laugh. Those dudes, they don't make, I don't even get it. One of them's got his hand in a puppet's ass and the other one has a bunch of Star Wars. It's just weird, man.
Yeah, well, he's got a little Geppetto puppet, like Geppetto shit. Maybe he's banging Pinocchio. I wonder if Jim's got splinters on his fucking right? Banging that little wooden puppet. Is it wooden?
Yeah.
It's
He's just banging.
I wonder maybe Daddy got him that puppet. Jim's got all splinters all over his ass for sure.
Dude, that fucking shit was so funny. When you were talking about the uncle and the dad bruising him, I was like, oh my God, dude, I lost my shit. That shit.
Yeah.
That shit is.
See, all I pictured was them hiding behind the drum set, like holding a Linus blanket, sucking on binkies, holding each other, shaking, and the Big Bad Wolf song on. You're outside, and Daddy's defending their honor.
Yeah.
Wow, what cowards, man.
What should we say now? What should I say now? Oh, say he's looking in church windows. Say he's at the playground.
We gotta get him arrested. We gotta get the Big Bad Wolf arrested now.
Yeah, he's gotta go. He's such a bad man, dude. It's so freaking funny, dude. It like, most people when they interact, number one, the police were chill with me. They were so cool, and you don't have those. I don't have those interactions with police very often. And then
they must have known. They must have known the call was weird, right? And you must have told them your story, right? Hey, this guy's fucking with me, fucking with my family, right? Like I'm here to fight him or talk to him or whatever. And that's
exactly what I told him. I wanted to meet up with him. I wanted to meet him. And she's like, "Oh, this is probably the best way to settle." I was like, "It's the only way I can settle it right now." And
it's not the best way, but it's the only thing I got, lady, for him to stop fucking with my family and stuff. So they must have understood that.
She did. She was like, I would. She's and not in so many words. She said, "I would do the same thing," because she had children. And that's the other thing is I have video evidence of everything I did that day. It was all live, you know what I mean? And all I had to do was look back and be like, oh, so you did. They were telling them I was in the store and stuff. The store was closed, man.
Wow. And the cops ain't stupid. They know they're lying.
Yes. They wasted. And there was 5 cop cars out there for me, a dude walking around live streaming.
What cowards. 5
dude.
Cars for the Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah. I was out there just screaming at birds and shit, apparently. I don't even know.
You should have played that song, Little Red Riding Hood. That song by the Pharaohs. It's like a 60s song. It's a great song. Little Red Riding Hood. You know that song?
Yeah.
Cop call. Yeah, imagine telling this guy, fucking with his family, tell him to come meet him at the store that they give his address. And then he comes there. They call the cop.
Yeah, dude. They straight up called the cop. And like I said, the brother was down here. But he said he didn't know how to drop a pin. And then he was at lunch. And
What's a pin mean? What does he mean, drop a pin?
Drop a pin, like your location?
Oh, all right. But he was at lunch. Wait a minute. He couldn't get to Daddy's music shop to save Daddy's honor or save Daddy from a broken nose, God forbid, because he was at lunch.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the excuses. The other one is he didn't know how to give, because I asked him for his location that day, that morning. I said, give me your location. I want to know where you are. I don't know what that means. I couldn't do it. I don't have an iPhone. What?
Yeah. But they bit off They bit off a little more than they could chew on Uncle's penis this time. They bit a little more than they can chew. And here's somebody who literally knocked on their door. What fucking idiots, man.
Twice. And then called him and everything. I called him out on so much shit and caught him in so many lies just that day. It was just amazing, dude. It's just, and if people can watch those videos and be like, oh shit, and not, and he still has people just like blindly following him. It's crazy. It's madness.
Well, then a lot of them the people he targets are mentally ill. He targets mentally ill people. Maybe people with not a lot of self-esteem. They want to go along with the crowd, so they follow the content creators where he goes, right? He knows who to pick, right? Because no normal person with any dignity is going to fucking entertain that guy, right? So he knows who to pick, the mentally ill he preys on.
Yep.
Amazing. How many videos do you have on your channel of that altercation?
I'll put them all because I think I made them all private because they were trying to. Well, you guys know what they do, but I'll put them all. What I'll do is I'll just make like a playlist of them and put them all on that one playlist. There's 5 or 6.
You can private them, and like the day I'll do them, I'll let you know, right? So they don't strike your shit, man.
Yeah, that'll work too. Yeah.
I'll leave you a comment on your channel, like the day I'm gonna do it, right? I'll leave a comment.
Perfect, and then I'll just send you a link to all of it or whatever. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, because I want to
leave the link.
I also wanted to interview that Watcher of Crazy woman, because he did a lot of fucked up shit to her too. I wanted to talk to her in the future about that stuff because I did want to, like I said, me and my friend Kane Shades, he's one of my good buddies on here. We're into true crime a little, and we wanted to cover that Dylan Rounds case also. And obviously we'll probably get into like this guy messing with the family too. But I wanted to like cover the like it's a real sad story, right? Like terrible fucking story.
Yes, and yeah, Watcher's a great person to talk to about because they, like I said, the past month they went at her with some like sick shit. And I think a lot of it's projecting or whatever.
Yeah, projection.
Yep.
Well, they watch so many movies and they just make shit up. He was threatening me, my family, my son is my life. I would be on soon. He was threatening this woman's family too.
Yeah, Chris Land. I mean, there's so many like the Norse code in here has been on their ass since before I was. Norse code is like a badass. Now Norse code is a badass. So much information, just like there's so many families that they've actually known, and the same thing with Watcher. Watcher's actually contacted a lot of the families and stuff too. So
yeah, and that's got like once you talk to them, like when I first heard about this guy, people were like, yeah, there's some scumbag on the channel. I was like, yeah, what do I care, right? And then I heard all the stuff about the people. I'm like, wow, this guy really is a scum. Because I'm like, who cares who someone has on their channel or whatever, right? But then when I heard all that stuff about the families, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. Like, these are the worst of the worst on the internet, this guy.
Yeah. They're bad dudes. They're not, they're just sick, man.
I get why a lot of content creators don't want to cover it or something, right? Because they don't want these guys looking into them and fucking with them and all that shit, you know?
Yep.
And they're going to use her too, Angel, who they go on her show and like took over her show. It's like their show. They're going to turn on her viciously or get her channel showed. They're going to get her channel taken down probably with that's what they're probably trying to do. It's fucking bizarre. Those dudes are fucking going to turn on that lady viciously. As soon as she doesn't do what they say or something like that, they're going to turn on her. They'll regret platforming these people. Now, God will pay anybody back platforming these bums. God will pay people back. You know.
Oh yeah. And karma's coming. I mean, it's coming around so many times for them. I mean, we've got them. We keep getting them. We keep knocking them.
You humiliated them. There's no humiliation worse than what you did to him right there. You clipped their nuts. Like, literally, there's nothing they could ever do to talk. Like, you clipped their fucking nuts. When you go to someone's fucking home, their father's place, and that's where they're telling you to go, and you make them look like bitches like that, and they call the cops. Like, you nutted them. Straight nutted them. Like little eunuchs.
Well, when you put your dad's store's address on your driver's license as your freaking residence, I mean, that's the other thing is you can't sit there and play both sides of it and be like, oh, I can't believe you went there. Well, where's your address at? Give me what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Didn't they tell you? Didn't they say come to the store?
Yes.
So they said that also, and you're right. If you're saying you're going to do all this stuff to people, blah, 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 and that's the only place these people who you've tortured can find you, what do you think they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're just two cowards. If they had any balls, they were real men. They would have met you in a parking lot with them and a couple of their friends, but they have no friends in real life. They would have, or just them two, the two little gimp brothers, would have met you in the parking lot, right? If they were real men. But you got a better shot of seeing Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny next week than that happening.
Oh yeah, that's what. There used to be a guy that would come on here and be like, "You'll see aliens standing at your door before you ever see them."
Yeah, literally. So. Guys like that, losers like that, who their whole life is on the internet torturing people and making up lies and all that shit. It always gonna go bad for them. Always.
Yep, absolutely, always. So,
Without a doubt. Well, I want to thank you for coming on, man. And
no, I appreciate you having me out, man. I'm gonna get off here and go to bed and get ready for work. But yeah, man, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you looking into these dudes and putting awareness out there, man. I do. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, well, I hate people like that. What they do to families and shit. They should be exposed. Anywhere they go, they should be told what they are. 100%. Yep. Well, thanks for coming on, man. People, sub to Fumble's channel. Go give him a sub to his channel.
All right, man. You guys have a good night.
All right, God bless you, man. Have a good
You too, buddy.
Yeah, that guy totally clipped their nuts, man. He totally unmanned the Fairy Brothers so bad. I'm going to play his streams this week. Boy, did he unman them. There's no way of getting your nut. You don't get your nuts clipped like that. Like, why do you think they hate the guy so much? He totally unmanned them in front of the internet, in front of their fake little world, and in front of their fucking father. There's nothing more humiliating than being unmanned in front of your family like that and the whole internet, right? We all remember the Piggy situation, right? Daddy Sessa, right? It's bad. Man, fucking no. Can someone post Fumble's link in here to his channel? Yeah, a few people are asking for his link. What's up, Watcher? 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what's 9 p.m. But Nitro, what's up, sis? How you doing? How you feeling? How's the animals doing? Yeah, they snipped his balls. 100% nutted him. Literally. Wears what? He wears pantyhose for undies. I wouldn't doubt that, Fast Eddie. Just dropped it. Thank you, Honeybee. Yeah, make sure you go sub to that channel. Support that dude. I'll be playing some of his videos this week. And maybe next week, if you have time, Watcher Crazy, if you can pop on next week. And like I said, me and my buddy Kane Shades are going to be doing that Dylan Rounds thing, too. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you very kindly. God bless. Oh, his show is tomorrow night at 9. Okay. His show's tomorrow night at 9. Make sure people go there and support him. God bless you, Honeybee. And God bless you. There's his thing right there. Crystal Ann's got his link. Go support the guy. I want everybody, God bless you, Bella. God bless you, my dear friend. B1, stiff arms always. Teresa Pals, Heidi, God bless you. Make sure you sub to Heidi, too. Mike Carroll, what's up? Rat Trap, I'll see you tomorrow night. For none of you are not sub to Rat Trap City, I do a podcast on his channel. So make sure you sub to his channel. If you can drop his link, I do a podcast on there every Friday night over on Rat Trap City. You guys should come check us out sometime. But Tommy, have a good one. T, Honeybee, Queen Amin, everybody, God bless you all. I want to thank Fumble and Charlie for coming on. And thank you very kindly, and God bless you all. And Jim Terry got nutted. The Terry boys got nutted. You two fucking, wow, what cowards. Little cowards. Daddy, help, Daddy.